What is up, Endgame fam? Welcome back. We are live once again, getting ready for week 15. And for most of you, hopefully, it's the start of your playoffs. For some of you, it's the continuation, maybe round two or however your league works. But let's face it, at this point, it's postseason time for pretty much everybody. And look, no matter where your standing is, no matter what your seed is, no matter what your situation, you still just want to win, right? You want to win if you're still in it. So let's get those wins, figure out what's going on for the actual fantasy playoffs. Hard to believe that we're here already, but here we are. Time just doesn't stop. So still proven always to be true. Time never just freezes. So we just came off the heels of pretty interesting week 14. And well, I think we should talk a little bit about our very interesting game last night. We saw some changes here. What is up with Jalen Hurts? That was, dare I say, Brosmer-esque. In fact, we were comparing it. I mean, because you were there, but for those who weren't, we were going back and forth and like, was this actually as bad as Max Brosmer? And technically, Max Brosmer, what was I saying? He had like -3 points or -1 something.
Yeah, because he somehow lost rushing yards as well. He somehow lost yards running the football as well, which is pretty tough to do.
Yeah, he had negative points. Jalen Hurts actually wasn't as bad because he actually threw for some yards, right? It was like 240 or something. So
yes.
But let's face it, it felt worse because nobody was starting Max Brosmer. A lot of you were starting Jalen Hurts. And the crazy thing is, we felt bad after JD got hurt and gave you nothing. And yet starting Jaden Daniels over Jalen Hurts was actually a good call because at least Jaden Daniels didn't throw 4 interceptions. Like, this is insane. So, all right, the panic video has already been out, right? You don't panic. You don't do the panic after Monday. But if Jalen Hurts were to be on the panic video, which I assume he would have been the cover boy, what would you have said? What's the verdict here?
Well, I mean, you got to be nervous. Obviously, Jalen Hurts. I mean, really, let's think about it. Outside of Josh Allen, if you drafted early QB this year, you have absolutely just like, it's been terrible for you. It's been terrible. Lamar has not been great. Burrow has barely played. Jalen Hurts has just kind of been okay. Like, yeah, it did not work out for you. Meanwhile, everybody who waited and got Dak Prescott, Drake May, grabbed Jacoby Brissett off waiver wire are smashing you. Because, yeah, why not? But I will say this, like, they get the Raiders this week, and they have a great playoff schedule. The Raiders this week, then the Commanders. Okay, they do have to go into Buffalo week 17, but by then it's your championship, right? So, and it's not like Buffalo, like that game could be a high-scoring game. So, I mean, yeah, you got to be nervous about Jalen Hurts. It's pretty obvious you're not getting an elite fantasy QB this year. I mean, pretty much unless you drafted Josh Allen, you didn't draft an elite fantasy QB. You either, grabbed one off the waiver wire or drafted one late. But at the same time, it's like, okay, he got that out of his system. He probably will never be that bad ever again, right?
You would think not. But you never know, right? It just came out of nowhere. That's the thing. Like, okay, the Chargers are a pretty good defense, but this isn't the Texans, that they weren't the best defense. It was just random, right? It just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, they're not missing, like, all their receivers. Saquon actually had a good game, so it's just weird, the timing of it. But, I mean, these things happen, obviously. But, yeah, we always preach, especially we do a lot of best ball. Those of you know, we talk best ball all off season, and like there's absolutely no way you can justify almost drafting a very early QB unless he falls right the right ADP, okay, and then you can stack him, and maybe then you don't worry about another quarterback until much later. But for the most part, it's just not a smart investment. And now this year, it seems like you said for redraft, like you just got burned. Like, if you draft an early QB, like, you're just regretting it. Like, all of them are letting you down at the worst time possible. Lamar waited till like the late part of the season to go in his slump. Jalen Hurts waited till week 14 to have the worst game of his career. And, it's just Jaden Daniels. I mean, he didn't wait. He got hurt early, but then now he's got hurt again. Just That's how 2025 has gone. And so talking about quarterbacks, possibly the most unbelievable story is about to happen. So, not even kidding. You all have heard, I'm sure, Philip Rivers got on the phone. They got on the phone to contact him. I doubt he was sitting back and waiting for a call. Or I can imagine what went on in Philip Rivers' mind when he got the call. Do you think he was expecting a call from an NFL team to say, "Hey, we need you"?
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, because remember, last we saw Philip Rivers, he was with the Colts and Shane Steichen.
Right.
So apparently, because he's been coaching, I saw this today, he's been coaching his son's high school football team, and he's running the same exact offense the Colts run. And apparently him and Shane Steichen have been talking all season. Like he calls him up and be like, hey, gets thoughts on the offense. So he knows the offense. Like, so this just feels like the perfect storm. Like, I think if Jalen Hurts had got hurt or Lamar Jackson had got hurt or somebody like that, we probably wouldn't be seeing Philip Rivers. But the fact that it's Daniel Jones with Shane Steichen with this Colts offense that he already knows, he's running it at the high school level with his team. He ran it, right? The last time he played, he ran this offense. He knows it. I mean, we'll see what he's got left at 44 years old. He didn't have a lot left at whatever age he was when he retired. Well, I guess he's unretired now. We'll see what he's got left. But I'll tell you what, and I think, you know what? I'm starting to get the feeling he's going to play this week because normally they do walkthrough today and then, or they do walkthrough tomorrow and then 2 practices. They're doing 3 practices this week. They're getting Philip Rivers ready, I think. So I think he's going to play. And I got to be honest, I'll take whatever we get out of this Philip Rivers over Brett Rippon.
Well, I mean, if they had confidence in Brett Rippon or anybody else, they wouldn't be calling up Philip Rivers, right? And I just saw this 30 minutes ago, Underdog, according to Rappaport, I think. Philip Rivers has, quote, very real chance to start in week 15. To start.
Yep. I think we're going to see it. And look, Riley Leonard, who I think, I said the perfect storm, it's the Colts, Daniel Jones, but I also think the other perfect storm here was Riley Leonard has a PCL sprain and is likely, you're saying week to week, but these things are usually at least 3+ weeks. I mean, we look at guys, that had this injury. Brock Bowers had the PCL sprain this year. This is what Drake London is dealing with right now. This is what ended Christian McCaffrey's season last year. This is what caused Puka to miss a bunch of games earlier in the year. So it's like they lost Daniel Jones and Riley Leonard in the same game. I don't know what's going on. I remember we were thought the 49er injuries were crazy. The last 2 weeks for the Colts have just been almost unbelievable with the injuries.
It really has been. And talk about a team. I mean, I'm not a Colts fan. I feel bad for them, right? They had all of a sudden Super Bowl aspirations midway through the season. It looked like they might go for the number 1 seed, and now it's like playoffs. It's a Colts reference, but anyways, I saw this too, by the way, from Jake Seeley. People are going to say, well, what about Tyler Warren? I mean, Tyler Warren, he's going to get 20 targets because remember, Antonio Gates and Antonio Gates was a Hall of Fame tight end, right? So of course he was going to throw to him a ton, but I just want to throw this nugget out since we did the start. Said did not anticipate Philip Rivers potentially starting this week. Seriously, didn't entertain that. Philip Rivers' career, right? Tight end target percentage 21.2%. League average over the past 10 years is 20.5%. In other words, no, he doesn't just target the tight end a ton. He just happened to target his really good tight end when he was there in his prime. So doesn't mean Tyler Warren to the moon, or does it?
No, I mean, I certainly, again, I think it makes me feel better about these guys than if it was Brett Rippon, which is what we were looking at. Because again, Riley Leonard, I mean, I don't even know. Maybe if Rivers struggles and they eke into the playoffs and Riley Leonard's ready, maybe they make the switch. But we might not even see Riley Leonard this year. So, Brett Rippon, I would have been really, and you'll see on the Star Sid videos, we kind of assumed Brett Rippon was going to be the guy because we didn't really think Philip Rivers was going to be starting in week 15, but here we are. but it makes me feel better. But at the same time, it doesn't make me feel as good as if it was Daniel Jones. Like, it's still 44-year-old Phillip Rivers coming out of retirement. Like, what did this guy even do? Like, the last time he played, and again, it was with the Colts and Shane Steichen, and he threw for 4,169 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 interceptions in 16 games. So, I mean, he was okay. 20 interceptions. Oh, boy. That was his last year in LA. So, and he hasn't played since 2020. We're talking about a 5-year layoff here. So, yeah, it's still better than Brett Rippon because Brett Rippon is horrible, but it's still not nearly. You cannot be as high on these guys as you would have been with a healthy Daniel Jones. No chance. No way.
No, not at all. I really wonder, honestly, if they're just going to try to just feed Jonathan Taylor like they've never fed him before, give him like 30 carries and just do it. Just do it. Win it for us. Because that might be their best chance to win.
I mean, they probably will. And I'll say one thing, like, I don't have any fear about Phillip Rivers. Like, Phillip Rivers will check it down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a good point. That's the thing is, can't love Jonathan Taylor with whoever the quarterback is at this point, but also at Seattle is pretty much the toughest matchup for a running back, right? Seattle, fewest yards per carry allowed to running backs. It's like 3.5. And of course, Seattle defense at home, I mean, they're going to clamp down. They're going to probably have like 20 guys in the box to stop JT. But if he gets like 8-9 receptions and they gets 20 plus carries because they just relentlessly feed him the ball, he'll still probably do something, just volume alone. But it'll be interesting. But, I'm crafting this because people, by popular demand, we get more defense questions this time of year than we do all season long because people know better. Like, okay, whatever, just stream a defense, right? That's available against a bad team. And now we know who the bad teams are, but of course, you need to win. It's playoffs. You got to pick right, and you can afford to be choosy about your defenses because your team is mostly set and there's not a lot available on the waiver wire anyways. And now this is where it's like, okay, you're playing the Colts the rest of the season. Cool. Let's start you. Like that's pretty much strategy number one at this point, I think, for opposing defenses. So, I mean, you agree with that? You definitely want to stream against the Colts, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know if they would be my number one. Like, I'd still probably prefer to stream against like the Titans or the Jets, because at least the Colts do have JT, they do have Michael Pittman, they do have Alec. Like, they at least have Tyler Warren, they at least have some weapons. I like streaming against teams with no weapons.
Well, that's true. And if they just give the ball to JT a whole ton, then that kind of diffuses, but they just can't expect them to put up a lot of points. All right, Phillip Rivers. I mean, that's just like the cherry on top of 2025, and yet we still have a couple weeks to go. What could top it? What's going to happen the next couple weeks that's going to be more ridiculous than grandfather coming out of semi-retirement to play starting quarterback for a winning team? What could possibly top that?
I mean, you'd think nothing can top it, but every time I feel like I've ever said that, something's topped it. So I'm sure something will. Like week 17, I don't know, like Phillip Rivers will throw for 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, and run in like 2 touchdowns or something. I have the greatest fantasy performance in history or something. I don't know.
Wow, running in a touchdown. Definitely didn't have that. Aaron Rodgers ran in for a touchdown last week. Didn't see that coming. But I'm thinking more like Josh Gordon comes out of nowhere and has 200 yards in week 17 or something, like, for some team.
Well, that would definitely be shocking. That would definitely be shocking.
I don't know. Is he even still eligible to play? I'm not even sure. Is he alive?
I'm not sure either.
Marlon Mack pulled it off the street, starting at running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, 200 yards. There you go. Let's put that on the bingo card. All right. Maybe not, but who knows? Who knows what will happen? All right. I have a good feeling, though. Here's a prognostication I feel really good about. I think you know where I'm going with this. I bet you Bijan Robinson in week 15 gets at least 1 yard. Is that a good one?
I like his chances. Yes.
Okay. Well, if you agree, if you think that that's a good bet, I mean, I would take that. I would take the higher on that, and you can take the higher on that, and you can win the pick because if you sign up on Underdog, you get that pick. Not kidding. Bijan Robinson just getting higher than 0 yards total, and you get that gimme. This is called what it is. It's a gimme pick. If you're signing up for the very first time on Underdog as a new customer, but when you do that, make sure that you check out and use code ENDGAME. You get the free pick, and you'll also get up to $1,000 of bonus cash on your first deposit. They'll match half, so you get a ton of bonus cash when you first sign up. Then as soon as you make your first pick, as long as you spend just $5 towards any picks, you're going to get another $100 in bonus funds. And that's for new customers on Underdog signing up for the first time. Make sure you use code ENDGAME, and you get all of that. Don't forget, it's not just for NFL too. Have every sport you could possibly imagine. And I cannot wait to see what the line is going to be for Phillip Rivers in terms of yardage and all of that. Just very, very intrigued. I doubt they have it up yet, but they will soon. All right. Also, got to remind you, as of right now, if you want to ask your questions to us at any time, without having to wait for a live stream, even though we live stream 5 days a week, you can use the DraftLane app. In the DraftLane app, you can also use code ENDGAME. If you go to the settings wheel here, just sign up again. It's a free download from the App Store or the Play Store. You go to the promo code section here in the settings, you put ENDGAME, you're going to get 10 free points. And those can be used to ask your questions. Again, 24/7, ask away anytime. And turnaround time is almost always less than 24 hours, and sometimes it's instant. So we got a few questions here. I did save this one specifically because it's a tough one. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Dynasty.
All right, let's
First
go.
Playoff game. I love Dynasty leagues. This is a very smart Dynasty owner. He's got a stacked team, and that's the problem. So if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, your roster sinks. We can see all your players. So here's what he's got. He got Stafford, Judkins, Barkley, which you feel better about now. Rashee Rice, JSN, right? He's got Trey McBride and Brock Bowers. Right now, he's flexing Bowers. Okay,
all
keep
right.
that in mind.
Ooh, Hampton on the bench.
Hampton, Igbuka, Diggs. So the dilemma here is, do we flex Bowers? Do we put Diggs in? What about Hampton? Hampton versus Judkins?
No, I have Judkins over Hampton and Barkley over Hampton as well. I don't think it's either Hampton or Bowers for me. I mean, look, I know Igbuka has that potential, right? Igbuka could be one of those guys that nobody starts this week and he goes for 35 points and everybody's like, no. But he's also giving you nothing for 2 months, basically. So,
yeah, Igbuka isn't even a factor for me here. Honestly, Diggs is the one I'm interested in because it's revenge game part 2, right? And he's got the Bills. I know it's not a good matchup on paper, but he went off on them the last time. So maybe Diggs.
True, but will he? Now that he's had his revenge, is he still, is he still as motivated? I don't know. I always have trouble flexing a tight end. I mean, unless it's tight end premium, it is Dynasty, so it could be tight end premium. If that's the case, I would go Bowers. But to me, right, I might go Hampton over Bowers. That one is tough. That one is definitely tough.
All right. So, and the Raiders this week, it's not a good matchup, especially for tight ends. They get the Eagles. So, I don't know. I had a tough time. I assumed if it was tight end premium, he would have said. But okay, so let's go Hampton over Bowers. Definitely not starting Mahomes over Stafford, right?
No, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, you could say something like it might be tight end premium. If it's tight end premium, I would leave Bowers in.
All right, so unless it's tight end premium, let's flex Hampton. Should get more work next week. Everything else is good. All right. Well, look at that. We just got another one. Let's do one more here before we start with the questions. Let's see. How about ask a question? All right. So this one also interesting. The Jalen Wright thing. We haven't had any like breaking news on Devon Achane, but we heard yesterday is it doesn't sound serious. So I just flat out at this point, do you think Jalen Wright's even worth picking up anymore?
Yeah, I still think he's worth picking up, especially if you have Achane. I think you should probably pick up Jalen Wright.
So he has Achane looking to pick up Wright, but now here's the problem. Who do you drop? Got Sutton, Harrison, Jennings, Chase, and Evans. I was like, I don't want to drop.
You can't drop any of those guys. I mean, this is obviously, I'm guessing, a shallow league. If those are his options, you can't drop those guys. In this case, no, you don't need Jalen Wright.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, yeah, makes sense to pick up Wright, but I can't even think who I would want to drop. Like, I'm like, okay, Jennings is nothing great, but he gets a great matchup this week. He's definitely startable. What if Harrison doesn't play? You might need him.
Right.
But smart idea to pick up Wright, but you shouldn't drop any of those receivers. And it's true. What we've heard is sounds like Achane will play this week. Anyway. I mean, it's also true. Evans not guaranteed to play this week, and Harrison's not guaranteed to play this week. So it's just bad timing. Yeah. All right. Well, that's DraftLane, and of course, we'll continue to answer those questions. But you know what we're here for? We're here to answer these questions. First is Bob. What's up, Bob? Always look forward to seeing your comments as well. Let's get that out of the way with thank you, by the way. Everyone just hit the like button now. You don't have to wait. If you haven't subscribed, let's go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. All right, Bob, for week 15. Mayfield or Purdy?
I think you got to go Purdy this week. Against the Titans. Mayfield's just, even if Evans comes back, I mean, Mayfield's been struggling. Gotta go Purdy.
You know, it's funny, and this is what I do in my free time and just scroll through fantasy football stats. I just saw something about Baker, and this is what I've been saying. And, we all feel like there's got to be an injury that he's just not telling us or the team isn't disclosing. He's playing through it. And I'm not talking about the shoulder, right? When he fell on the shoulder like 2 weeks ago. No, this is way before then. So here we go. I found it. Scott Barrett says that one of their injury experts thought that in week 7, it was Jeff Mueller, picked up an injury in week 7. Since week 7, that's when Emeka Egbuka's went. Like the targets are still there, 28th in catchable targets, despite being 3rd in overall targets. In other words, long story short, he's probably hurt and he's playing hurt. So just go Purdy. Strange or Waller?
I think you got to go Strange. It looks like Waller. This is the Waller we expected to see this year. I go Strange.
Yeah, he did not exactly smash against the Jets. 2 running backs, 2 receivers in the flex. Bijan Jacobs. It's probably yes and yes. Dowdle, K9 Corm, Algier Pickens, AJB, Egbuka, Evans, Odunze.
Yeah, Bijan Jacobs, Pickens, AJB at wide receiver. Odunze almost certainly not playing. They said it's multi-week absence. Dowdle, K9. I mean, I don't know. I think if Evans plays, I'm playing Evans. If not, I just take a chance on Egbuka. I mean, I guess Dowdle might be safer here. Dowdle probably safer. Man, I just have this weird like tickle in my brain that telling me like Egbuka is gonna randomly pop off this week on everybody's bench.
So?
Egbuka isn't like Tony Pollard, where it's like he's barely getting the ball in this terrible offense and then randomly goes against the Cleveland Browns and runs for 2 huge touchdowns. Like, the opportunity has still been there for Egbuka. He even had like a potential touchdown grab where, yeah, it wasn't the most accurate throw, but it's probably one he should catch. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, it just feels like there's a bubble that's ready to burst. I don't want to miss it. But at the same time, I mean, Egbuka has been killing you and he could kill you again. So, I don't know, Dowdle probably the safer bet here.
Yeah, I mean, I know it feels like, the targets are there, right? So that's the problem. The targets have been there. Like, I'm like, why would it change now? And if Baker's hurt, then that's not going to change. My kind of gut call here is that Rico goes back to being the 1A, right? Chuba will still be involved, but I like Rico this week. I think he just needed a breather, honestly. Like, he just been running him so much. I really think dude's tired. I think he'll be fine this week, and it's a great matchup. So, all right, Bijan Jacobs are obvious. Pickens, AJB, totally agree. Let's go Rico. What if Evans plays? Evans.
Yeah, I'd probably go Evans over Rico. Rico's still safer though, if you're like,
yeah. All right, what about Jay Sino 34-19? So speaking of Diggs, I mean, he's been kind of unplayable. He also got the week to rest. He doesn't trust the Pats. Okay, very smart. Don't ever trust the Patriots and Josh McDaniels. But need him for the playoffs. No, we don't know who your other options are.
Right. I don't love Diggs this week. I mean, I hope you're right. I hope he just, they come out of the bye and he runs like 80-90% of the routes. But he had been trending the wrong way prior to the bye. So, but at the same time, like, I'm not like just auto sitting Stephon Diggs. I mean, if it depends who you got.
A little nugget. I wouldn't even look for this. Just happens to be scrolling. Stephon Diggs got some incentives. I don't know if this coaching staff or Drake May cares about that. He'll probably let him know. But if he averages 4 to 5 catches a game, about 75 yards the rest of the way, he makes a nice fat chunk of change. So you know how like they always used to force Mike Evans to get 1,000 yards, like just to make sure he got it, to keep that streak alive. I don't know. Maybe Diggs is like in Drake May's ear. It's like, hey.
I mean, maybe, but it's week 15, not week 18. Like the Patriots are trying to get the number 1 seed still. Like, this isn't a meaningless week 18 game where they're like, let's just get him his incentives. Like,
Stephon Diggs doesn't care about that. He wants his party money. No.
Well, I mean, Stephon Diggs, but Mike Vrabel, Drake May want the buy.
But no, honestly, here's the thing with the Patriots. I'm like whatever happened like the last week or two, okay, it's going to be the opposite because that's how he is. He's like, they won't see it coming. That's how Josh McDaniels is. He's like, oh, you think he's the running back? No, now we're going to give it to the other guy. That's how he is. So because Diggs hasn't been involved, I fully expect him to get like 10 targets this week. I'm actually being serious. Alex Sanchez is worried. There you go. Hendo, you should definitely be worried. Why? Because he's on the Patriots. Judkins, Genti, Rico, Chuba, who are we starting?
Well, I don't know how many we need. I would have Judkins 1, but I would still have Henderson 2. Probably Genti 3, and then Rico Chuba is like, these guys to me are like, I don't have a strong, compelling argument to say one over the other. So I would go Judkins, Hendo, Genti, then the Carolina Panthers running back. So I don't know how many you need here.
Right. Yeah, exactly. These guys are all kind of close, lumped together. I mean, you cannot feel good about Genti's upside. He's run for like 0 yards the last 2 weeks. Now against the Eagles defense, he's just a floor play. So let's go Hendo. Judkins. All right. Well, look, if it makes you feel better, going against Gibbs, it doesn't make you feel good. But hey, maybe JT doesn't have a big game because of the matchup. Just trying to give you some hope. Rosemara, thank you for all you do. You're welcome. Thank you. QB crisis. Yeah, Hurts and Daniels, pretty much the 2 worst quarterbacks of last week. I do not trust Hurts. Understandable. But somehow you could possibly trust McCarthy more.
I can't do it. I can't. No. I know he's got a great matchup against Dallas this week, but man, it's still JJ McCarthy. I can't.
I would honestly rather lose with Hurts doing what he did last week than to try to win with McCarthy. Like, I just can't. I can't do it. It's not like a principle thing. It's just, look, there's no part of my rational brain that thinks this is a good idea. So
right.
I get it. McCarthy threw for 3 touchdowns. I get it that Hurts threw for 4 interceptions. But last week is over. And again, the Eagles get the Raiders. I think he'll be okay. Cody. All right. Cody with a tight end dilemma. Is that Ben Sinnott? Wow.
Well, Zach Ertz is out. I think you got to take a chance on Andrews here against the Bengals.
Yeah. The only question this week is it going to be Andrews or is it going to be Likely? Like it was Likely last time, right? Almost 100 yards. So does that mean it's Andrews this time or is it Likely again? That's the only question. But if you got Andrews, you should just go Andrews.
Yep.
And Moises Ola needs a strong tight end. So let's see. Kincaid, Likely, or Strange.
I think you got to take a chance on Likely. I mean, it's the Bengals. You got to take a chance here. Let's go for some upside.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, any tight end against the Bengals is not even. It's just every week. Every week, you have to. Kincaid already had the Bengals. You got to go Likely. And then he's saying, this is the roster. Would you trust Evans on Thursday or Flowers Olave?
I think if Evans plays, I'll take a chance on Evans. It's a great spot against this Falcons defense.
Yeah. Now, the one guy I noticed, it looks like he's got Reed at the flex. I mean, I think we can put either Flowers or Olave over Reed, right?
Yeah, I would probably go Olave.
Yeah. Well, you can play Evans. I think Evans is fine here. G for Gamer Kid. Start 2. Jefferson, Sutton, Evans, Pearsall, Slayton, QJ.
What a world where we see Jefferson and he's not even the. I would rank these guys Sutton, Evans, Jefferson. So obviously, if Evans plays, I'll play Sutton, Evans. Otherwise, Sutton, Jefferson. I mean, I can't believe this is where we're at with Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, and you can't trust Pearsall just yet. At all.
Just yet.
He's waiting until next week to dominate. Yeah, it's Sutton and Evans, assuming Evans plays. Daniel Chavez, choose 2 tight ends. Okay. If we have to, Gadsden, Johnson, Kincaid, Loveland, Ferguson, Likely. And then he says, after choosing 2, which of those 2 would you start this week?
Wait, what?
So
isn't that what we're doing
for like the rest of season, and then the one for this week? I mean, the one for this week is Likely, isn't it?
Well, yeah. For this week, I would go probably Likely Jawan. Rest of the season, I'd probably go Jawan Ferguson.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you need to if these guys are all available. But anyways, also from Daniel, new question: start 1 running back, 1 flex, 1 receiver. Judkins, Hampton, Munungai, BTJ, McMillan, Igbuka, Watson.
You can go Judkins at running back. Man. Wide receiver is tough. Watson against the Broncos, you can't feel good. I know he's been on fire, but man, very risky. We know Igbuka risky. Ted BTJ. I think it's probably between those 2 guys for me. I probably just go Ted against the Saints. Although I don't mind BTJ this week. Like this, I mean, this feels like a good BTJ week, but I feel like I've said that 5 times this year and it's never been a good BTJ week. So I probably just go Ted here. And then I think I'm just going to flex Hampton.
All right. Yeah. I just don't think Igbuka can be started. Just period. Justin Gilbert, 2 receivers, 2 flexes. Pierce, McConkey, Harrison, Evans. Okay. So that's 4. And then we got Jaden Higgins, Jaden Reed, Corum, Vidal, Tuden, Rodriguez, Genti. Lost a ton of players. Still number 2. Still fighting. If you're still in it, that's all that counts. Okay, so I see 2 players that may not play.
Right.
And I see a player that I'm not sure I want to play with Pierce. So what do we do?
Man, I barely even want to play Lad McConkey right now.
Oh, well, that's true.
I mean, obviously if Evans, I mean, Harrison's in a really tough spot this week too against the Texans, but I still think I would take him over Pierce, McConkey, Jaden Higgins, Jaden Reed. So yeah, assuming Evans and Harrison plays, they would be my two wide receivers. But if they're out, I might just go Higgins, McConkey. Oh man, are you on the bye this week? I really hope as a number 2 seed you're on the bye this week. But then if you're on the bye this week, you probably wouldn't be asking a question.
Yeah, exactly. That would be nice. Yeah, look, Evans. Again, it's too soon for us to say for sure, but it sounds promising for Evans. Harrison is the one I'm still not sure about.
Yeah, I mean, I would just rank your receivers: Evans, Harrison, McConkey, Higgins. So that should definitely give you 2. I mean, I think you still got to. Oh man, I think I still flex Genty and probably Chris Rodriguez.
Fair. I mean, it's still a good matchup. Good enough.
Oh man, yeah, this is tough. Justin, I hope you're on a bye this week.
All right. Well, good luck, and check back in. Things could change. Maybe you'll get all your guys back.
Yeah.
Herbert Roman, love the show. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have to drop BTJ or Sutton because Hampton is back. Already got Jacoby Myers. Who do you drop?
Well, if you got to drop one, I think it's BTJ.
Yeah, BTJ has shown some signs, but I'd still prefer Sutton. So there you go. And here's an easy choice. Molly Wop, thank you for the daily reminder. Like and subscribe. Just do it now. Get it done. Here's Molly's question. Broskies. How do we feel about Evans this week? Wide receivers are Olave, Jacoby, Rome, Pierce, Evans.
Well, Rome, I mean, almost certainly not playing. Pierce, I mean, I know he probably has Phillip Rivers, but how good can we feel? And it's on the road against Seattle. Like, Olave's fine, but he's kind of trending in the wrong direction. Like, I mean, Jacoby Evans would be my top 2 here with Olave third. So I think out of this group, you got to feel pretty good about Evans.
All right. So, again, I think we'll say if Evans plays, you should feel good enough to play him, right? Because, I mean, they feel good enough about him. They're not going to put him out there just as a decoy. So, I like Tampa Bay now. They're in urgent mode, right? They need to win. Speaking of Landon, start 2, Igbuka, Hampton, or Henderson. Are we sitting EE?
Yeah, I think we're sitting Igbuka here again. The worst part about Igbuka this week is they play Thursday, so I might call out sick on the Thursday stream. I feel like a cold coming on. I haven't been sick all year, but I might wake up sick Thursday morning. Because we're going to get so many like Igbuka Evans questions if Evans plays. And then it's going to be right there for everybody to see. Everybody's going to be watching it. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sitting Igbuka here.
No hesitation. Sitting Igbuka. I mean, with all the data points to him not doing any better over the several week stretch. Does it magically turn around here? Like, why would it? And if Evans plays, that should just make it worse. All right, so this is, again, if you play in a guillotine league, this is actually a true thing. This happens. So P. Cakes is picking up, again, off waivers, JSN and Bijan Robinson. So you got to make some tough calls. Got to drop some guys. Don't want to help the opponents, of course. Only 3 teams remain. So who you dropping? Kelsey, Breeze, Waddle, Igbuka, or the Browns defense?
Well, the way I would look at this, first of all, if only 3 teams remain, this makes it easy because you can look at the other 2 teams. I'm guessing I'm guessing out of the three teams that remain, you guys probably have Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, and Tyler Warren.
Right. Or
Which means Travis Kelce is not starting for anybody, so I'm probably easily dropping Kelce. Or even if they don't have one of those guys, they probably don't really need Kelce. Who's Breeze?
I think probably Breece Hall.
Oh, yeah, I'm dropping Breece Hall. Somebody wants Breece Hall. Go ahead. Again, I mean, DST is tough because, I mean, I don't know how impactful DST is. And, like, you might not even want the Browns. You get the Bears this week, then the Bills. Yeah, I'll drop the Browns. So I'll drop Kelce, Breece, and the Browns.
Yeah. I don't think any of those players are going to be tremendously helpful to your opponents, so you probably don't have to worry too much. Kelsey's like an obvious one. Caleb Martin. By the way, congrats on making it this far in Guillotine League. It's not easy.
No.
Having Jason is going to be a nice little boost to your lineup.
Yes.
And Bijan, he's okay. All right, so Caleb Martin made the playoffs. Awesome. Congrats to you, too. Current RBs, you got Jones, C-Rob, Manungai, Tootin, and not for long, Benson. Stash any Singletary, Jalen Wright, Sampson, guessing Brian Robinson, and Samaje Perine.
I mean, if you can, I mean, the one you should probably stash is Singletary because he actually could have value down the stretch here, and the Giants have a great playoff schedule for running backs. But I mean, the one I think with the most upside here is Brian Robinson. Like, it would be absolutely brutal if Christian McCaffrey dominated all year, was healthy, and then in the fantasy playoffs he got hurt. But it could happen. It could happen. So if you're just shooting for upside and you're like, I don't really, I mean, you got what, Aaron Jones, Chris Rodriguez, these are your running backs. Like this is it. Like I might with this group, I might add Singletary because you might actually need Singletary at some point.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Zachary Mudd. Playoff time also needs help. May or JD? Well, I like let's do JD.
May should be just fine this week.
No need to risk it. All right, and then running back JT, Breece, Manungai, Corum, wide receiver Adams, JJ Evans, Wilson, Pittman, Tet. Who to start? Don't know. I guess we'll do 2-2-1.
All right, you got it. I'm gonna go JT. I think I'm just gonna go JT. I'm gonna come back to that one. Oh man. I mean, you got to start Adams, but then it's like I'll say if Evans plays, he'd be my number 2. If Harrison is out and Evans is out, Wilson would be my number 2. Otherwise, JJ is my number 2 if Harrison plays and Evans is out. Oh man.
Not loving the choices here. Well, this team looked much better on paper before the season started, but just honestly lately, JT, now you gotta worry a little bit about Breece. You're like, Justin Jefferson. This is
crazy.
Let's, for your sake, really hope Marvin Harrison doesn't play again.
Yeah, but the only downside is it's the Texans this week. So, I mean, I still think Michael Wilson is startable because of all the targets he's going to get, but probably not going to be his best game.
No, probably not. All right, what about Justin again? Justin Gilbert now at quarterback, got Brissett, Dart.
You got to go Dart this week. You can't play. I've been all about Brissett for I don't even know how long now. I've been telling people Brissett. But against the Texans, nah, Dart.
Can't do it. And Dart, great matchup for Dart against Washington. Jacksonville or Green Bay defense. Jacksonville gets the Jets against whoever the quarterback is. Just go Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jackson. They're a good defense.
Turpin. Return league. This is one of the return leagues. Yeah, do it. Go Turpin.
Yep.
And then Humberto Juarez. The Eagles did their best to eliminate you, needed 16 points. Well, so Brown came through, just Hurts did. Wow, he won by 0.02 of a point. That's crazy.
Yeah, dang.
Congrats. Hey, you made it. Doesn't matter the final score now. What's up, Spearsy? Did make it into the playoffs as well. Have Allen, Bijan, McLaurin, Pickens, Fannin, and McMillan at the flex. Who do we like at RB2, K9 or Manungai?
You gotta go Manungai. I know he took a step back last week, but K9, I mean, what? There's no, he's not going to score. Yeah, Manungai.
And then Bucks or Eagles defense. Eagles get the Raiders. Maybe it's Kenny Pickett. Who knows? I don't even know if that's better or worse.
You got to go. Look, the defense wasn't the problem last night. They sacked Justin Herbert how many times? You got to go Eagles against the Raiders.
Yeah. All right, then Steven missed the playoffs. He's there for the first time. Wow. Oh, well, that's you there. There's always fantasy hockey. There you go. Another sport. That's why I say you play in more than one league. That way, if that one league, you crash out, well, then you got another one. Unless you play in like 3 or 4 leagues and you miss the playoffs in all of them, in which case maybe you just stick to hockey. But hey, it happens, right? The best team does not always win. Jay, in 12-team half, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, and a flex. Darnold or Herbert?
You gotta go Darnold. I mean, it's like everybody giving Herbert so much credit for running. I thought it was funny. One of the beat writers I follow tweeted out, like, why is everybody making such a big deal about Herbert running? He broke his hand, not his legs. Like, he can still run. He can still run. Like, he's got a broken hand, doesn't mean he can't run. Anyways, but outside of the running, Herbert was terrible last night, and he's probably going to continue to be terrible. You got to go Darnold here.
Yeah, and we got to remember the offensive line's just been brutal with all those injuries.
Yep.
Okay, Aaron Jones, Achane, Manungai, Hubbard, Genty. We need 2 of those.
I mean, you got to go Achane if he plays. Chuba or Aaron Jones? Pretty sure I'm picking one of them over
Genty and Manungai.
Yeah,
I'll go Aaron Jones maybe because he gets the Cowboys. I don't think I trust Hubbard.
Saints. I don't know. I worry about Aaron Jones. I guess Aaron Jones fine. Aaron Jones, Achane. I can't. I want to say I said on the start sit video. I almost want to say sit to Ashton Genty, but
I get it. He's not done a whole lot. I don't know if he'll get better this week, so that's fine. I mean, I'm fine.
On the road against Philly, just man.
Okay, Wilson, JSN, Valet, Evans. So we need 2 receivers, and then we still need a flex.
Oh man. It's the playoffs. I thought it was gonna be easier now because it's playoffs because everybody's got great teams in the playoffs. JSN, Evans are my top 2. If Evans is out and Harrison is out, then Wilson. Otherwise, I guess you're playing JSN, Valet, and I'd probably just flex Chuba here, even if whether I play JSN Evans, whether I play JSN Wilson, probably just gonna flex Chuba.
That's fine. With that, Kincaid or Strange at tight end?
Strange. Not nearly as good a spot for Kincaid this week. Terrible spot, actually.
Yeah. All right. S. Burkholder got the bye. That's a good feeling. Always is. Current RB's got Achane, Henry, Rico Corum, Nico Terry, Buka, Godwin, Odunze, Pierce. Waivers, you got Tracy, Mondre Wright. Is it worth grabbing any of those? Yes, you can definitely drop Waller if you have Kittle.
Yeah, I would honestly drop Waller to pick up Ramondre Stevenson. Look, maybe it won't be the case after the bye. We'll find out this week. But the game before the bye, remember that was only Ramondre's 2nd game back from injury. He had more carries, more snaps, ran more routes. got the goal line carries. Like, he was back to being the lead back in this backfield. And the Patriots have a fantastic schedule for the running back. So I would drop Waller and actually pick up Ramondre here.
Yeah, and I think as the A-Chain owner, even though it sounds like he'll play, it wouldn't hurt to grab Jalen Wright.
True.
But I'm trying to figure out, I mean, look, Odunze is not playing this week, and you've got good enough receivers. I think you can drop Odunze.
I would just be scared giving somebody Odunze. I think I'd rather drop Pierce than Odunze, honestly.
Well, yeah,
I might even prefer to drop Godwin over Odunze, but
let's drop Pierce. How about that? Let's Phillip Rivers makes him his favorite target. We'll see. Daniel Scarrett. Grab Herbert or Sanders off waivers, or a different QB, or keep rolling with Hurts. Come on.
I would not. I would just keep rolling with Hurts. It's the Raiders this week. If he's terrible again this week against the Raiders, your season's probably over anyways. But you got to think, at home against the Raiders, he's got to bounce back.
Again, we don't want to react to one game. It was random, and it was horrible. Like, don't get me wrong, it was as bad as you can get for a quarterback, but there doesn't seem to be any discernible reason. Like, there wasn't some physical limitation, no injury, right? It's like, oh, you can tell he's not right. Like, we can tell something's off with Baker Mayfield, but this Jalen Hurts game was kind of out of nowhere. So just like it was a bad game. I think you just got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And on the other side, let's not overreact to Shedeur Sanders, like garbage time.
Right.
Cody, Purdy, Darnold.
I'm going to go Purdy this week.
Getting the Titans, totally fine. Esteban, Carlos, J-Mo, or Terry?
Oh, this one is tough. Terry has the way better matchup. But Jameson in the way better offense. But also, like, Terry, I know it was a down game for Terry last week, but look, Jaden Daniels did not look right. And then Marcus Mariota had to come in unexpectedly in the second half against that Vikings defense. That wasn't really fair. Like, go back the week before when they played the Broncos. Terry looked great. It's the Giants. I'm going to go Terry here.
Yeah, you guys still like Terry. It's unfortunate JD's not back, but he's still very startable. And then Genty or Hampton?
I'm gonna go Hampton. I know you probably saw more Vidal than you would have liked, but I think we see more Hampton this week. A week healthier. Again, I barely even want to start Genty right now.
Yeah, I agree. Hampton should get more work next week. So there you go. Daniel Hart. So has lost some players, as we all still have a chance. Bijan Rodriguez, Ladd, Adams, Igbuka, Schultz, not carrying their weight. So sounds like
no.
Daniel. Well,
sorry, man. Yeah, Ladd. I mean, dude, man.
Oh yeah, I scored the most points and didn't make the playoffs.
So one thing, like, I would like to add, especially for the DraftLane leagues, what I always thought was good is instead of having like just the top 6 teams make it, the top 5 teams make it, and then almost like a wild card, the team with the most points who didn't make the play, like from seed 6 through 12, the team with the most points gets the 6th seed. So if you have a team like this who got very unlucky with the schedule, they get the wild card and they get the 6th seed because, it's kind of unfair. Like, some team who, scored 300 less points than you is in because they had an easy schedule.
Yeah, that's the thing with head-to-head is you're at the mercy of the luck of the other team, not just your team. So it is definitely a love-hate relationship. Trust me, we know. But the good thing, we know Daniel, speaking of Underdog, he did a lot of the best ball drafts with us. So he still got some skin in the game. You just got to check. All right, Pedro Navarez is in the playoffs. Good to know. Hurts, Gibbs, Brown, Jason, Flowers, Pitts. any of those guys make the cut. Not Hunter Henry. I know that. Judkins or Shakir.
I mean, yeah, Judkins, but you don't have a flex?
Yeah, I don't see a flex. Or is that the flex? Like, are those the flex choices? Maybe.
Oh, maybe those are okay. Those are
Maybe.
the flex choices, and then on the bench. Well, I mean, look, I'll say if I don't think T. Higgins is gonna play, and his season might be over, honestly, if it really is his second concussion. But
Yeah.
if he does play, like if they're like, oh, it was nothing, right? He just had some symptoms, but he's fine, he's cleared. I would put T in over Shakir.
All right, and then Broncos or Chiefs at defense.
Chiefs get Chargers. That's not terrible. Broncos get Packers. But still, I mean, I don't know. I might go Chiefs at home here against the Chargers. Like, I don't feel like the Chargers can score a lot of points against the Chiefs. They can get some sacks against Herbert. I feel like they're pretty safe here. That one's close.
Yeah, that one is pretty close. But Chiefs, I agree, slightly better matchup. So let's go with that. And all right, there you go. Vinny, how's it going? He says he pulled second place heading into the 16-teamer, so even tougher. Very nice. The flex, Franklin or Evans?
It's got to be Evans if he plays. I mean, I don't even really want to flex Franklin. He's really kind of falling off the map here. So Harvey should have a nice week.
And Franklin is droppable. Let's face it. He just is. He's not involved anymore. Good luck, Vinny. Let's get it. Power EP7. This is standard. Let's spin the wheel. Which tight end emerges in standard? I would think it would still be someone going against Cincinnati, but now we have both.
Well, but I see Fannin on there. I'd probably just go Fannin.
All right. I mean, he did crush last week. All right, Fannin it is. And you get for tight end roulette, you have some really good options.
Yeah.
All right. And Python is not on, but saying won't be able to join. This was from like an hour ago. Just want to say congrats. Exactly. Congrats to everybody who's in the playoffs. There you go. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Mad Dogs, Troy. Start 2 running backs in the flex. Rico, Harvey, Hampton, Chuba, Sutton.
I'm going to go Harvey and Hampton at running back. Flex Sutton.
And then Strange or Schultz at tight end.
I'm going to go Schultz. This is a good spot for Schultz this week.
And then Manungai, Woody, and Rodriguez, Gainwell, they're all on the wire.
What? I would definitely add Woody Marks.
Who I don't know who you could drop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you have Strange and Schultz, I might drop one of those tight ends, but I don't know, maybe not, because it's like it's okay to have 2 tight ends. Again, you don't need to have people on your bench that you're stashing for week 1 of next year. Like,
right?
It's like you need guys on your bench who could potentially start for you, and maybe next week I haven't checked. Maybe next week Strange has a good matchup and Schultz doesn't, or something. So I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to pick up Woody if I can, but obviously we don't know. Like, don't drop anybody you have listed here.
Exactly. All right. Well, speaking of stashing, Cinco wants to know, is it worth keeping Jayden Daniels?
This is tough because I would definitely start Purdy over Jayden Daniels this week.
Right.
Even if Jayden Daniels plays. So by my definition of your starting lineup is all that matters this time of year and your bench hardly matters, that would say, yes, you can drop Jayden Daniels. But the worry here is if you drop Jayden Daniels for Purdy and somebody else picks up Jayden Daniels and Jayden Daniels plays this week and is great rest of the season, you just gifted somebody an elite quarterback. So I would ask, and this would be one of those cases where it's like, do you have somebody else you can drop? Do you have a handcuff running back? Do you have I don't know, a wide receiver at the end of your bench, like a Jaden Reed, who's never going to start for you in the fantasy playoffs because your other wide receivers are much better. Just like, I don't want to drop Jaden Daniels. If this is a shallow league and you're stacked and you have to drop Jaden Daniels, you have to, because I would start Purdy this week, and you can't play for next week anymore, right? Because if you don't win this week, there is no next week. Who cares? So, yeah, really would like to see the rest of the roster here to make that decision.
Yeah, the aggravating thing is, if your waivers run tonight, you can't sit around and wait to see if Jaden Daniels is going to play or not play, or they're going to shut him down or not going to shut him down. Like, we think, but we don't know. So if you have to make this move. You can't sit and wait for Jaden Daniels. I mean, do you want to sit back and I guess you could just say, well, I lost Purdy, but I can go with Mariota. I'd rather have Purdy. It's fantasy playoffs. Like, I would just do it if you have to. Rico Barajas in one receiver, one flex. Michael Wilson, Juwan Jennings, Justin Jefferson, Judkins, Valet. I'm going to guess that's a no. London and Evans.
I'm going to say right off the bat, Judkins is my flex. Evans and Jennings is tough. London, I really don't think London is playing. I like less than a 10% chance he plays. He hasn't practiced yet. Saw him walking around the field before the game. Still had a noticeable limp. I don't think London's playing. I really like Jennings this week. I might not even if Evans I might just go Judkins Jennings this week, even if Evans plays.
Yeah, I mean, there are players that are still solid options. There's no risk. I mean, it's fine. You don't have to play Evans. There's no guarantee Evans smashes. All right, so let's do as we catch up, let's do we're actually just now getting to questions from before we went live, because that's how many questions we get. Guys, if you super chat, guarantee no matter how long it takes, we will answer all of those. Let's do a couple of the non-super chats as we get caught up here. I think we can knock some of these out. Let's do Sean E. Boom. We got Derrick Henry, James Cook. Can we swap one for Woody Marks?
No
reason. All right, what about Prey Ash Patel? Fannin or Henry?
Gotta go Fannin. Not a good spot for Henry at all.
Yeah, definitely. All right, then how about where's that other one? Hold on, had one. Here we go. Emmanuel Garcia, Rico or C-Rod? It's full PPR.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that maybe helps Rico a little bit because he will catch more passes, but Rodriguez is such a good matchup this week.
Yeah, but Rico's got a pretty good matchup too. It's
true, but I mean, this obviously comes down to, like, do you believe that Rico is going to be back to the guy, or is it going to be a split? I have them both. I have them both as strong flexes. I probably would give Rico the edge.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving Rico the edge. Chris Rodriguez doesn't catch passes, basically, and Rico does. He gets the higher floor, and I think he's got the higher ceiling. So let's go Rico here. And then the question you'd be waiting for from CMAS, Boswell or Borregales?
There's somebody named Borregales. It makes me think of those lights. Those lights.
The Aurora Borealis?
Hey, yeah, it's almost the same.
Well, my biased self definitely wants to say Andres Borregales, who was from
I guess the
U. But no, I think I'm going to go with Boswell. Kick plenty of field goals. I think I picked Boswell. It was like Boswell or someone else last week. And I think I picked Boswell, and he was the right choice. So there you go. All right. Enchanted Fungi. Chiefs, Bills, or 49ers defense for week 16. guess what? This is just an excuse to tease the fact that we're going to have top 10 defenses for the playoff video coming out soon. You don't have to ask any more questions, although I know you still will. But we're going to talk about defenses throughout the fantasy playoffs. So just what you've been waiting for.
All right, week 16. Who are our choices here?
Chiefs, Bills, or Niners?
All right, let's see. The Bills get the Browns. Chiefs get the Chiefs. I don't even need to see who the Niners play. Niners do get the Colts, but come on. Chiefs get the Titans. Chiefs.
Yeah. All right, there it is. Chiefs are going to be in the top 10, but where would they fall? You got to watch to find out. Javier Fiber Seal. All right, we're here. You got Burrow. Just said, why would you not just start Joe Burrow? I mean, right. Yes, JD is dead to me. Oh, okay. I mean, he might just be dead anyways. Pick 2, CMC Jacobs, Kyron Marks.
CMC and Jacobs.
Yeah. Pick 2, Myers, T-Mac, Terry Evans.
I'm going to go Myers, Terry.
And by the way, just notice this is, remember, quarter PPR.
Well, that definitely makes me flex Kyron then. Although I do like, I don't think I could put Marks over Kyron, but I do really like Marks this week. But I think probably Kyron's probably the right call here.
Liking Marks, huh? I've got to start Kyron still, quarter PPR especially. Chico wants to know if it's crazy to start Darnold over Hurts.
Well, I mean, after what we saw last night, I'm not sure I can say it's crazy, but I probably still don't do it. Like Darnold, it's a good spot for Darnold this week. But now you got to really worry, like this isn't going to be as bad as the time they played Max Brosmer and the Vikings, where they literally, the offense literally didn't have to do anything to win that game. But it's still, I don't think this isn't the Colts with Daniel Jones, it's not going to be the same. So I do worry Darnold maybe doesn't throw it a ton. Hurts at home against the Raiders. I'm still going Hurts here.
Yeah, I think we've already been over this with Hurts. He should bounce back. It's not crazy. I understand why you want to, but Harv, what's up, Harv Danger? Got the bye, took first place. Michael Wilson was a big part of it. Very nice. Corum on the bench. I mean, that's okay. Obviously, you had enough in your lineup. Still got that dub, 10-4. There you go. The work is just beginning, though. All right. Yep. What about Clyde Allen? Here's the question. Purdy or Hurts?
Well, here I can go Purdy. I mean, I think it's close. I certainly think it's close here. But Purdy gets the Titans. They've been horrible against QBs. I just feel like I don't want to say you never know, right? You never know. We did not think Jalen Hurts would have 5 turnovers in a game, but I feel fairly confident that Brock Purdy is not going to hurt me this week. He may not win me my week, right? He may not have a 30-point game or anything, but I can probably pencil him in for a nice, safe 18 to 22, 23 points. And I'm probably just going to take that this week and not risk it with Hurts.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very high floor, and so that's fine. I think it's fine unless you really feel like you need the potential boom or ceiling or whatever, but nothing wrong with Purdy at all this week. And as I said, he's my favorite streaming option if you can pick him up, which clearly a lot of you can. All right, and this is, I think if we had stats for the most, the busiest user on DraftLane in terms of the questions, it is NTY. Appreciate you more than you know. Thank you, NTY. So here's a question. If CD is out, you got Flournoy and Addison. Who you got?
You got to go Flournoy if CD's out.
Now, what if CD plays? Could you do both? I don't know how you do both. I guess you can flex one.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? No, I think if CD plays, I would go Addison. I will say, for some reason, with JJ McCarthy, like at least Addison's been getting targets. Like I don't know. I don't know if Jefferson kicked McCarthy's dog or what, but Addison gets targets for some reason.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is there's no explanation for it. Just why? Why are you doing this to us? This is the question. All right. By the way, speaking of DraftLane, this is a good time. Let's take a little quick break here. We'll get to another DraftLane question. Might as well. We've got a few. So this is a good time to remind everybody who maybe wasn't on the beginning or maybe is new to Fantasy Endgame. First of all, thanks for joining us and welcome. You may not know, we have an app for this. It's called DraftLane. So it's a free download if you go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. And you can connect with us, just like do on the stream here, ask your questions at any time. And also don't forget, if you go to the little settings wheel here, use code ENDGAME, you get 10 free points to start asking questions. So take advantage of that. And so just since we've been on, we had a couple of new questions. All right, we should probably do the waiver wire one because it's waiver wire time. Drop Gadsden, pick up Pitts or another tight end. Yes. Also, which 3 RBs to start this week? All right, well, that's going to have to be a separate thing. All right, let's see what's going on here. This is the roster. Again, if you're a Yahoo or Sleeper, it syncs with DraftLane so we can see what's going on. Got Hurts, Nico, Devonta. Well, that hurt last week. Kyron, Marks, Gadsden. Harvey at the flex. We got Rico, Swift, Worthy, Corum, Boswell, Houston. Okay, so we definitely need another tight end. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody else look droppable here?
I mean, maybe Worthy, depending on if there's somebody really good on the waiver wire.
Yeah, I'm also noticing it looks like Evans is in the IR spot, so we might need to drop someone just to get Evans active. But,
yep.
All right, let's just put him in there for now because I think we're gonna have to drop someone. Okay, so now let's check the waivers, and again, the DraftLane app, we can do that. We can see who's available. Do a search. Let's just look for some upside here. And of course, a tight end first. So tight end.
Thought he said Pitts.
What? Let's see. Hopefully it's just not sorted well. Here we go. Luke Musgrave, actual tight ends I recognize. No.
Do a search for Pitts. How come Pitts isn't showing up?
Yeah, he's there.
Weird.
All right, let's pick up Pitts. And then what else? Let's see who else is available. Jaden Higgins, Luther Burden. I don't think these guys are better than who he's already got. Oh,
I might prefer
delay.
I might prefer Jaden Higgins to Xavier Worthy. What about a running back?
Floor noise out there. Jalen Wright, but again, at this point, not quite as appealing. Doesn't look like.
Yeah, I mean, he might just need to drop Worthy to activate Evans, so that's fine. There's nobody on the wire that I think is like a must-add.
All right. And then I guess it didn't take. We'll just do pick up. Oops, I was going to put Mike Evans. Kyle Pitts. Definitely drop Gadsden or Pitts. And then he's asking which 3 to start this week. Start, I'm guessing, who? Kyron, RJ, and Woody?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Puerto Rico. All right, well, there we go. That's one question. We'll do the rest of these later, but just want to make sure everyone's aware if you haven't already been aware of the DraftLane app. All right, let's get to, well, Harv has a question. Any news on Odunze?
I mean, they said, because when we were doing, prepping for start sit, I was like, I was thinking like, do we need to talk about Odunze? But the thing I saw was like, he's expected to miss multiple weeks.
Yeah. Stress fracture. I would not expect him back. And even if he does play, how good would you feel about him? So, yeah, just not going to assume he's in.
So it says right here, Stress fractures need a period of rest, multiple weeks to fully heal, and typically that would be at least 4 to 6 weeks. He's currently reported to be week to week. I imagine he sits for multiple weeks as Chicago's playoff aspirations and will need him. And also the other thing, again, I'm not a doctor here, but my understanding from the people who pretend to be doctors or physical therapists or whatever, I mean, I'm sure they are. I mean, maybe they're not all doctors, but they're like physical therapists, is that if you come back too soon, try to play through it, you can make it worse, and then it could be like season ending. So they're probably going to be sort of careful here, but also they might push him at some point if they feel like they need him to get into the playoffs. But I definitely don't think we're seeing Odunze this week.
Yeah, wouldn't count on it. That's for sure. All right, let's get to Julio. Already in the playoffs, we know this. He's on bye. Here's what he's got. He says, would you drop one to back up Lamar? Is there any need to back up Lamar right now?
Not really. I mean, and who are you picking up to back him up with? Like, are you backing him up with J.J. McCarthy or Shadur Sanders or somebody like that? Nah.
No, I mean, he actually took a step forward last week, so you should feel a little bit better. So now, who are the two unstartable for the playoffs here? Who sits? Probably Buka.
I'm gonna say Buka and Tet. I don't think Tet's unstartable. I just am like, what is the upside? What's the upside?
Sure.
But don't drop those guys. Don't drop them.
No, don't. You don't need a backup for Lamar. This is an interesting one. Country bumpkin. Bannon or McBride because of the matchup against the Texans.
Yeah, I don't care that it's the Texans. I'm not benching Trey McBride.
No, I can easily bench Jacoby Brissett, and I can worry about like Michael Wilson / Marvin Harrison, but no, I can't bench McBride. Dex Ryu. All right, what about Fannin or Waller? That one's much easier.
Fannin, definitely Fannin.
Yeah. Matt B. He says, thanks for your advice. You're welcome. Full PPR needs a QB, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Bucky, Kyron Hampton, Jamar, Olave, Garrett Wilson. Is Garrett Wilson on the comeback trail?
Well, I think he actually might be eligible to return this week, but I don't know if he's going to. Like, why even bring him back, right? It's like, it's kind of how I feel about Drake London at this point. Like, if he doesn't play this week, like, why are you even bringing Drake London back? Like, just so he can play the last, 3 meaningless games to pad his stats? Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to just kind of, what's the point? But we'll see. Let's see. 2 running backs are going to be Bucky and Kyron. 2 wide receivers are going to be Jamar, Olave. I don't think you can flex Garrett Wilson, so we're flexing Hampton here.
Yeah, don't know. I haven't heard anything specifically about Garrett Wilson. Would not assume you're going to have him this week. Daniel Scarrett now. Should I just replace Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce from someone in waivers?
I wouldn't do. I mean, it depends, right? Like, it depends. Like, when you say someone off waivers, if you mean someone off waivers, like, hey, look, Jack Besh is out there, or like, hey, look, I don't know whoever, right? Some random weight. Like, no, I'm not dropping these guys for those guys. But if you're like, hey, Juwan Jennings was dropped on his bye, or like, yeah, okay, I'll pick up Juwan Jennings. So it depends. But no, I wouldn't just drop these guys just to drop them.
Right. Not unless you find somebody usable. Let's put it that way. Like, don't drop them for like Rashad Bateman or someone like that.
Right.
Okay. Let's do 0 TK421. Thanks for getting me in the playoffs, of course, but let's get through the playoffs. Let's keep going. Questions below. Thank you for the reminder. Let's like and subscribe. So we need a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, and a flex. Baker, Bo, Purdy. Henry, Hampton, Harvey. Bam.
I'm going to go Henry, Harvey.
Jettis, Troy Franklin, Pittman, McLaurin, Valet, Evans.
Oh, man. This looks so good. I'm going to rank them Terry, Evans, Jefferson. So that should get you 2. I'm probably just going to flex. No matter what, I'm probably just going to flex Hampton. Like, I don't really want to start those wide receivers if I don't have to.
And then it just says Waller. Corum is available. You could pick up Corum. Giants got Bootyworthy, Slayton, Judy Lane. Any of those guys? I don't think so.
I mean, you need to pick up Likely. I would just drop Waller and pick up Likely.
Yeah.
I'm not holding out hope for Waller.
Yeah, Likely this week. All right. There you go. All right, let's get to Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. The undefeated streak lives. Wow.
Nice. All right, you and me both. I have my first ever 14-0 team. It's a dynasty team. It's absolutely stacked to the gills. I am terrified that my team is going to wet the bed in week 16. Like CMC and Bijan will both bust. Puka will do nothing. Like Adams will have 4 touchdowns and Puka will do nothing. My team is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, honestly.
And that's not just like irrational fear. It's like I've seen it before. It's going to happen again. Hopefully not.
I was almost hoping I would lose last week or the week before. Just so it's like, okay. got the
so you don't have to worry about it.
Got the loss out of the system. Exactly. Because it's like, oh my, because you're going to have that week where it's like everything. Like I thought last week might be the week because it was like I had to start Chris Rodriguez over Christian McCaffrey. Who else? Like, what else did I have? Like, I don't know. I started like Juwan Johnson, Harold Fannin, and Travis Kelce. It's like I started 3 tight ends. I was like, I'm probably going to lose this week. And I still smashed in one. And now I'm like, oh, great.
It's just this is one of those magical seasons. It's just going to keep going.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, look, it's a nice problem to have, but let's hope it keeps going. We need 2 running backs and a receiver. CMC and Sungard are locked in. That's a good choice. Got Pickens, Collins, Evans, JT.
Man.
Yeah. No wonder you're undefeated.
I see why you're undefeated. I mean, like, you got to go. So you need 2 more running backs and a wide receiver. Is that what I'm reading here?
He said pick 2 running backs and a receiver. I'm not sure why.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going JT Judkins at running back and Nico at wide receiver.
Crazy to start Pitts over Bowers.
Yeah, probably pretty. I'm not doing that.
You say without Geno, like that's a bad thing. Because it's I mean, Kenny Pickett isn't necessarily better. I really don't think he could be worse.
Yeah, I'm not like worried Kenny Pickett is going to come in and start chucking the ball 50 yards down the field and ignoring Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, let's get to. Okay,
get that undefeated season.
He says you're good at trades and the waiver wire. That's smart. He says Bowers was a waiver wire ad. What?
So was
Who dropped
Evans?
Bowers? I guess when he was hurt, right? He missed a couple of games. Someone's like, I'm not going to wait for him.
I guess.
Yeah. Man. All right. But hey, let's keep going. And then we have Carlo FRNG. Don't need any advice. All right. Win 11-3 for the bye. Just want to say thank you. All right. Awesome. Dominate these, please.
Let's go.
Let's keep doing it. Keep dominating. Again, I fully advocate not just winning, but dominating. And again, I remember grew up watching the Miami Hurricanes of the 1980s and 90s. You have to make sure everybody knows when you're winning. Marty, what's up? Like and subscribe. Agree. First place also 12-2, full PPR. Nice. Who should I play week 16 and 17?
Well, this could certainly change. Got Allen, Kyren Williams, Devin Neal, Olave, JJ Kittle, benches Kamara, C-Rod, Sutton, Pierce. I mean, hopefully Evans plays this week, and then you're feeling good about Evans. Week 16 is the one tough matchup for Chris Rodriguez. Probably not going to be playing Kamara, I'm guessing, or Vidal. I mean, I might drop Kamara for Corum, honestly. Like, Corum has so much, like, especially you got Kyron. I would drop Kamara for Corum.
Yeah, no reason not to. Don't get the feeling Kamara's coming back, and even if he does, you actually want to put him in your lineup.
No.
All right. And he was saying down below as you're reading the chat, this is his first time, first year playing fantasy in like a decade. He's played before, but it's been a while, so he's just trying to get ahead of the game. Like, that's what we preach.
Nice. Welcome back. 12-2.
Done. Right? Like riding a bicycle. Let's get it. Dwayne needs wisdom, half PPR, Marks or Hendy. You've been saying you like Marks.
I do like Marks. Oh man. Oh man.
I mean, look, honestly, we know what Marks is going to give us pretty much for the most part. We know his range of outcomes. It's not that big. We have no idea how Henderson's going to be used. Let's just put it out there, right? Henderson could have a smash game, or he could get like 8 carries and 44 yards, right? We're at the mercy of Josh McDaniels. So I think Marks definitely is clearly safer, gets you the higher floor.
Yeah, I think Marks even has decent upside this week. I mean, the Cardinals are so bad on D. I mean, look, I know Woody Marks and the Texans are not the Rams, but Blake Corum, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyron Williams had 70, 80 yards and a touchdown. He barely didn't even play in the fourth quarter. Like, in the Bills, okay, I know you're probably going to see videos this week. You got to start Henderson. It's the Bills. They're terrible against the run. The last 2 weeks, they have held the Steelers and the Bengals entire running back rooms, not the lead running back, all the running backs combined, to less than 60 yards. Ever since Shaq Thompson has come back, that running defense has been much better. But Henderson, this is a tough one. This is one of those, it was my team and you're in the playoffs. This is one I'd be sweating all week. Sweating all week trying to decide what I'm gonna do here.
I don't think you're making him feel any better.
No, I mean, I'm not feeling better. Like, look, I'm sure you feel the same way. Like, we take a lot of personal responsibility in answering these questions, and
yeah,
we don't like, letting you guys down. So even though it's not my team, I still feel, like I got to give you the right answer. And this is a really tough one. It's a really tough one. I think as we sit here right now, I would go Marks, but I'm sure, Wayne, you'll be on here tomorrow, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I might switch to Henderson at some point. And then I might switch back. I might flip-flop multiple times this week. I'm just being honest. This is one, like I said, if I was setting my lineup and this is one of those decisions where I'd probably be like, I'm just going to wait till Saturday night or Sunday morning and figure it out.
Yeah. My gut says I'm nervous about Henderson and his usage. I would probably just roll out Marks. But again, Henderson does probably have a higher ceiling, break off a big run. Maybe he does get more run. I just don't see it. All right, what about Bears, Broncos at defense? It's got to be Broncos, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they do get the Packers. That doesn't make you feel too great. The Bears get Shador and the Browns.
Shador, for what it's worth, I know it's the Titans, but he didn't turn it over. He looked pretty good.
Well, that is the thing. He doesn't turn it over a ton, and he doesn't. He will take some sacks. So, yeah, I mean, how good can you feel against Jordan Love? Like, Jordan Love doesn't really turn it over either. Broncos are the better defense, so I don't know. Probably the Broncos.
All right, and then let's. All right, there you go. Mike Montava. Is Tyler Warren still a must start? Well, no, we took him out. Wants to keep
but
him
then
on
if you watch the video tomorrow, which I'm sure you will, right? We basically say like, who would we really, other than like those no doubt must starts, who would we really start? I think the only tight end I could consider this week over Tyler Warren that's not Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, George Kittle is Harold Fannin. But even that feels close. Only because it's probably going to be Phillip Rivers. So if it was Brett Rippon, I could easily go Harold Fannin over Tyler Warren.
All right. Well, so we'll see. That might be part of it. I mean, Rivers might get out there his first warm up and, tear something. So
he might do that in practice tomorrow. Who knows?
No, exactly. I'm talking about like getting off the plane. Waller and Schultz and Kincaid are on waivers. I mean, I think it's fine to pick up one of those guys, but do you really like Waller? No. Schultz or Kincaid? I guess.
Like if you have room and you want to pick one up, sure, but you got the buy, so you don't even have to sweat it this week. The nice thing is you can sit back and see how Warren looks. And if he looks great, you're like, oh, cool, feel good. And if he looks terrible and Phillip Rivers looks terrible, then yeah, you're panicking.
There you go. Let's get to Arvin Angelis. Made the playoffs. Awesome.
Nice.
Let's help here with 2 running backs, 3 receivers, tight end, and a flex. Bijan, Achane, Marks, Monungai, Wandale, Myers, Diggs, Lamb, Devonta Smith, and the tight end got Strange, Henry, maybe Fanning.
I mean, definitely Fanning if you get him. Otherwise, Strange. Bijan, Achane have to be your running backs here. I'm going to go Lamb if he plays. I'll just say Lamb. I'll rank him Lamb, Myers, Diggs, Smith. So that'll give you your 3 wide receivers. I'm going to flex Monungai over any of those wide receivers, honestly. So that's going to be my lineup.
All right.
I'm not going to flex Woody Marks over CeeDee Lamb. I'm saying I would flex him over the flex choices of wide receiver. Don't put it out there that I'm so high on Woody Marks this year. I'm flexing him over. Like I'm starting him over CeeDee Lamb.
No. Then you should definitely feel guilty giving that advice. Dex Ryu now, Dak or Purdy?
Oh, man. I think I still go Purdy here. This is very close. Again, Dak could certainly outscore Purdy this week, but I feel like Dak has like the wider range of outcomes here because, I mean, they are at home, which is nice, but it is Vikings a tough defense. So I think I just take what Purdy gets the Titans. I'll just take what Purdy gives me.
Well, I mean, like for this, does it depend on Lamb playing? Does that make you feel much better or worse about Dak?
Nah, we've seen Dak without Lamb still. I mean, like Pickens has been great. Flournoy's fine. He's got Ferguson. I don't think that even matters for me, honestly.
Yeah, well, if there's a worry, to me, it might be just it's not as high scoring a game because Minnesota, like you said, gets pressure, a little tougher defense, but also just not that good on offense. And so they're not playing a fast paced game. So Dak is fine, but it feels more like a floor play this week. No, let's go Purdy. And now we got Paul Bird. Welcome back. 2 QB league. Got Baker, May, and Sanders. Who's the odd man out? I mean, could you consider Sanders over Baker these days?
I don't think so. I'm going to go Baker and May.
And May feels like the lock here, right? Just start May. Not an ideal matchup, but he'll have to throw it and he'll be fine. I do worry that the Sanders game was sort of a blip. Like I think he's getting better. He's objectively getting better each week, but you got to keep in mind they fell behind early somehow and still lost somehow to Tennessee. They'll probably lose again to the Bears, but the Bears aren't just probably going to sit back and be like, it's fine. Like they want to win and they want to lock up one of the top seeds, and it's in Chicago. So yeah, I don't want to I don't want to go with Sanders. NTY. Drop Bam for Mondre.
I would do this. I think in one of the DraftLane leagues, I have this exact claim. Bam. Not a good spot this week. Stevenson, again, like I said, they have a great playoff schedule, and he was the guy. Remember, first game back from injury. It was still Henderson, but it was kind of close. And then second game back, it was like it ended up being close, but a lot of that was in the second half when they were already winning. Like you look at the first half, it was a lot of Stevenson. So I can do this.
Yeah, don't feel Bam this week. That's for sure. How about a couple of quick quarterback questions before we get back to the super chats? Ron Britton, Rodgers or Goff?
Goff.
No end. T-Law or Purdy?
I do like T-Law this week. Again, this is another very close one, but just Purdy has so many weapons. I know T-Law has pretty decent amount of weapons around him, but not like CMC, George Kittle type weapons. I'm going to go Purdy.
Well, the worry is T-Law. They just might not have to pass much at all this week. So, yeah, I think Purdy still has JD, but we can still stick with Purdy here.
Yep.
What about John Shop? Hurts or Goff? He said it also needs an RB2 and a flex, but Hurts or Goff first?
I might go Goff. Oh, man, I don't know. Oh, geez.
This is a tough one. It's road Goff, and it's against a good defense, but this also could be a crazy shootout. This could be one of the higher scoring games of the week. That's
the thing. And one thing about the Rams is they are a very good run defense. I don't think the Lions are just going to be able, we said, oh, Cowboys-Lions is going to be a shootout, and it was a shootout. But Gibbs had 3 touchdowns. Monty had a touchdown. I don't think that's happening this week. I don't think Gibbs is going for 3 touchdowns. I don't think I think they're going to have to throw it more. And look, the Lions passing defense has been horrible. I could see the Rams being up, 2 plus scores in the second half, and the Lions throwing the ball way more than they want to here. So, but that said, it's Hurts against the Raiders. It's the Raiders at home. The Raiders. Oh, this one is really tough for me.
Big bounce back for him. I mean, it could be.
Yeah, I think I got to go Hurts here.
Yeah, I think so. I think we got to go Hurts. All right. Well, to an RB2 and a flex, and Neil, Franklin, Rico, or Woody.
I'm gonna go. I'm going Woody for sure. I'm pretty sure, assuming that Kamara's out, which I expect, but you never know. I think I'm just gonna actually go Neil here. I like Neil this week. This is a good spot. Carolina, terrible against running backs. No one else is taking touches from him. I'm gonna go Neil and Marks. If Kamara plays, I'll go Marks and Dowdle.
All right, there you go, John. Now, Oxygen 3000 says, you guys are awesome. All right, appreciate that.
You guys
Half
are awesome.
PPR. 2 RBs, 2 receivers in a flex. Hampton, Henry, Rico, Tracy, Woody, Godwin, Evans, McLaurin, Reed, Wandale.
We go Henry, Woody at running back. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm flexing Hampton here because I'm not flexing one of these wide receivers. I barely want to start 2 of them. I'm going to rank the wide receivers. Evans, Terry, Wandale. I'm only going to start 2 of them. Then, like I said, I'll flex Hampton.
All right, there you go. Oxygen and Andrea is in the chat. Wants to know Pittman with Old Man Rivers or Godwin.
I think I still give the edge to Pittman here. He still should be the wide receiver 1. Wasn't Pittman on the team with Phillip Rivers back in 2020?
Is Pittman that old?
Yeah, it was his rookie year, so he didn't do a whole lot. He had 40 catches, 503 yards, and a touchdown. It was his rookie year.
But there's a connection. There's a connection.
I guess. But still,
they know each other's names. How about that? He'll know his name.
I think Pittman's like Godwin's not the wide receiver one. Pittman is, so I'll give the edge. If it was Brett Rippon, I probably would say Godwin, but with Phillip Rivers, I can go Pittman.
All right. Yeah. I mean, let's see what happens this week in practice. Cali Kid needs a streaming QB. Darnold, Nix, Brissett, Caleb.
It's either Nix or Darnold here. I've got Darnold over Nix this week. I'm going to go Darnold.
Yeah, I'm not wanting to trust Nix. I mean, ever, but especially this week. I think Darnold is fine. Okay, what about 2 running backs and 2 receivers? And a flex. Chase Brown, Jacobs, Etienne, Gainwell, Judkins, Rodriguez, Hampton, JSN, Myers, Rice, Shakir, Lamb if he plays.
Well, all right. Jacobs, Chase Brown are going to be my running backs. And then I will say if Lamb plays, it's JSN, Rice, Lamb, my 2 wide receivers and flex. If Lamb doesn't play, I think I would flex Judkins.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, if he's saying if he plays, not sure to trust him. If he plays, you play him. Like if
CeeDee Lamb plays, he's in my lineup.
I mean, there's nothing not to trust, right? It was concussion protocol. So if he clears, he's cleared, right? And the same thing, someone earlier had asked, well, do I start T. Higgins if he plays? Yes. If he's clear and he plays, you play him. Like you just don't think about it.
Exactly.
So hopefully you can go JSN, Lamb, Rice. But if not, you're saying flex Judkins, right?
Yeah. If Lamb doesn't play, I would flex Judkins.
All right. Now, Jamie Schoolcraft. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you. And thank you for waiting. This is JS Precision. All right, good. Thank you for clarifying. Now this whole name thing is throwing us off still. All right, got roster is Brissett, JD, CMC, HN, Kyron, Corum, Chase, nice Ted, Jennings, Sutton, Harrison, Evans, Loveland. Got the 49ers and Browns. On the wire, got some options here. Looking for help.
All right, well, I don't know what you need here. I mean, you got to start CMC HN, you got to start Chase, and I probably go Jennings second here, honestly. Well, Evans if he plays, then Jennings. I don't know. I might go Jennings over Evans, honestly. It's such a good spot against the Titans. And then if you need to flex one, I'd probably just flex Kyron. Do I want any of those? I mean, I'm not playing the Saints defense. Chiefs against the Chargers. 49ers against Titans. I'll go with that. It's fine. I'm not picking up Mayfield. You know, I might start T-Law over Jade. I think you should, because here's the problem. Brissett gets the Texans this week. Loveland is your tight end. I would drop Loveland and pick up Likely for this week. And I really want to pick up T-Law because what if JD doesn't play? You can't play Brissett. Am I okay? Am I okay dropping Brissett? I mean, you kind of have to, right? You either have to drop JD or Brissett.
Yeah. There's no need to hold on, that many. Don't want to start Brissett this week. Who knows if JD's playing? I mean, hopefully we get something either way, right? Like if JD's good to go, you want to play him, and if he's done, you just want to be able to know and move on.
Yeah, but
we're not going to know yet.
We're probably not going to know till later in the week. Dan Quinn's saying like his elbow's sore, but they're not going to rule him out. I don't know why. I would drop Brissett for T-Law because you really don't want to play Brissett this week against the Texans. I would drop Brissett for T-Law, Loveland for Likely.
All right, there you go, Jamie. Thank you. And Jake, the Snake is in the playoffs, but barely. Needs a tight end. Is it just Likely?
Yeah, I think you got to take a chance on Likely this week. Although, Goddard seems solid. Man, I think you got to take a chance on Likely this week against the Bengals.
Yeah, shoot for the upside here. I have Saquon and AJB starting or Watson over AJB. Not this week.
Not this week.
Derek Gonzalez needs two in a flex. Hampton, Genty, Dowdle, Corum, Kyron, Monungai, Evans, Jamar Chase, Michael Wilson, Christian Watson, Ladd Jennings.
We go Kyron and Hampton at running back. Chase, Jennings at wide receiver. I will flex Evans if he plays. Otherwise, I probably just flex Dowdle. And I think I still go Dak over Dart.
Yeah, that one's close. I think Dak is fine there. All right, what about Selena Ortega? Me and my tight ends made it to round 2. Hey, it's all right. Just an appreciation post. My head still hurts from an improbable 1.16 point victory last night.
Nice.
And hey, I mean, at least you have really good tight ends. I mean, there's nothing wrong with flexing one of them, So it doesn't matter how you get there, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, that's awesome to hear. So, yeah, we'll hear from you again, Selena. Major Rivers, good afternoon. Also made it to the playoffs. Now, exactly. Let's see. That's the mentality. Now it's time to hunker down. Like, you got here. Now the work begins.
Yep.
All right. Let's get it. Lucky Leo. Ted or JMO?
I'm going to go Jameson this week. More upside.
Worried about having 3 guys in the same game, but if it's a high-scoring game, that's a good thing, right?
Well, not only that, I mean, like, what if you started? I mean, think about this last week. What if you started Gibbs, Monty, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jameson Williams? You probably felt okay,
right?
Like if you said, "Hey," if you said I have 3 guys in the, I don't know.
Jets,
Saints Panthers games, I might be worried for you.
Right. Exactly. All right. And then here's Major Rivers. All right. So we're hunkering down, needs an RB and a flex and some QB help. We need 2 running backs and 2 flexes. Dowdle, Harvey, Gainwell, Monungai, Rodriguez, Judkins, Reed, Jefferson, Debo.
All right. I'm going to go Harvey, Judkins, Dowdle. I'm still gonna play Jefferson. I can't. Like, can I put Monungai, Gainwell, Chris Rodriguez over Jefferson? I can't. I mean, I might.
Maybe I could put Monungai like as a floor play. He could score.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I could. If you want to, I get it. I get it if you want to, but I don't think I can.
I mean, like, I hate that Minnesota actually has a good matchup, so I have to think about this. Like, it's Dallas, but like, has it even mattered? Like, it hasn't mattered. I don't know. I have him as a sit. He's not on the dead list, but I'm going through my lineups and my waivers. I'm putting Justin Jefferson on my bench. Like, I put him in the flex last week. Let's go. Let's take a chance. Like, no, he's sitting for me. Justin O'Grady. Good evening.
Wait, he had a QB question too.
Oh, sorry. Yes, the QB question. Brissett. You can't start Brissett.
Nah, Dart this week.
Dart it is. All right, so Justin needs 2 running backs. Brees, K9, Sharps, Monungai, Vidal, Corum. No, don't want to answer this.
Oh, need 2 of these guys? I'm going to go Monungai and Charbonnet. I think there's a good chance Charbonnet scores this week. The Colts have allowed touchdowns in 6 straight games, and they've allowed 2 touchdowns in 3 of those games. I'm talking just to running backs. Not obviously only allowing 6 touchdowns is nothing impressive over 6 games, but they've allowed at least 1 rushing touchdown in 6 straight games and 2 rushing touchdowns in 3 of those games. There's a good chance Charbonnet scores this week. I'm going to go Charbonnet and Monungai, I guess.
And with the new state of the Colts offense, should feel pretty good about Seattle being able to run the ball. So that's fine with me. Cannot trust Brees very much. All right, we have Kenton D, 8801, QB, and 2 flex, Knicks or Caleb?
Knicks.
And then Judkins, Hampton, Michael Wilson, Woody Marks, Walker, or Devin Neal. Just 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Judkins and Marks.
All right, there you go. Let's get to Alexis. Welcome, Alexis. Hope that you're getting plenty of sleep these days. But hope it's not too easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Hopefully it's not too easy for you. Set my lineup 2-2-1 in full. Bijan, Hendo, Genty, Harvey, Judkins. Wide receivers, Nico, Terry, T, Sutton. It's a must win. Wow. Going against CMC and Puka.
Oof. Yeah, but you got Bijan. I'm going to go Bijan, Harvey. I'm going to go Nico and T if he plays. Otherwise, Nico and Terry. Really don't think T's going to play. Going to flex Judkins. I think I'm going to flex Judkins no matter what, even if T plays. And I think I would still take Judkins over Terry. It's a good spot for Judkins, and his floor is so high.
All right. Well, good luck, Alexis. Bend easy. Dak or Burrow?
Burrow.
Definitely Burrow. 2-2-1. Bijan, Hampton, Rico, Singletary, Rice, Pickens, Diggs, Ted Evans, and then Waller or Theo.
I would go Theo over Waller, honestly, this week. It's Commanders.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bijan, Hampton at running back, Rice, Pickens at wide receiver, and then I'll either flex Evans or Diggs. Evans if he plays, otherwise Diggs.
All right. And then yes to Theo. Karen Cooney made the playoffs in both leagues. Awesome. There we go. Let's keep it going so we can take home at least one championship. Order the flexes between Monungai, K9, Addison, Godwin, Corum. This doesn't say. I don't remember. I think it's PPR. If I remember.
I'll go Godwin, Monungai, Corum, Addison, K9, I think.
All right, then order these tight ends. Strange, Fan, and Likely.
I'm going to go Fan and Likely, Strange.
Yeah, I think all good options. Strange is kind of like a distant third this week. Hopefully get one of those other 2 guys. Russell Pace, welcome back. Darnold or Purdy. This is just a backup, so I guess, I don't know. No sweat this week.
Yeah, Purdy. I think Purdy would be my choice. He's in that 49ers offense. Darnold is one of these guys that's like, if he's got a good matchup, yeah, but when he's got the bad matchups, you're like, no thanks. Go Purdy.
Yeah, at this point, just go Purdy. Again, they're at full strength, right? All those pieces are back. I mean, not Brandon Ayuk, granted, but everybody who's actually had a chance to play this year is playing, so you got to feel good. And so, Alex D, we had this earlier, Purdy or Hurts. It must hurt, seeing as how you were clearly an Eagles fan.
Yeah, so I get it if you want to go Hurts as an Eagles fan, but I would go Purdy.
Purdy does feel safer, for sure. Again, we're not out on Hurts. Like, still starting Hurts, pretty much. All right, then tight end question here. Let's do Rova, Gadsden, or Likely.
Likely.
Clearly Likely. Got to take advantage of that matchup. Let me see. Okay. Chris Moraga. Question is in the chat. Here it is. Should I make any changes? This is half PPR. Got Josh Allen, JSN, Sun God, Nico, Gibbs, Neal. Nice. Ferguson, Olave, Diggs, Myers, and the Jacksonville defense. On the bench, Pitts, Mason, Algier, Worthy, Franklin.
Wow, you guys have 3 flexes here. Nice. Yeah, I'm not starting any of those guys on the bench over what you have, so you're good here. Nice team. Very nice team.
I was going to say, you are set for the playoffs, it looks like. I mean, the only consideration, maybe Pitts again over Ferguson, but I mean, this might depend. Like if Drake London comes back, I would say no. If CD Lamb misses, I think it's Ferguson. I might go Pitts over Ferg, but this depends on the receivers. All right.
Actually, I would go Pitts over Ferg too if London's out, which he's probably going to be out.
Yeah, if London comes back, then we could switch it. But Antonio is for my sake. The last name is pronounced Uraika.
Yeah, this is why Pierre does the name. This is why when I stream solo, I just say first name. I would just be like, "What's up, Antonio?"
Yeah, I clearly have butchered it. I clearly have butchered it.
I wouldn't even try.
But I'm glad you said that because I do want to get it right because I've heard my name pronounced 10,000 different ways. So Antonio Uraika. Thank you, Antonio. Let's get to trying to get to the next super chat. ASAP Wolf got Achane and the bye. Any point picking up Jalen Wright?
Yeah, sure. For sure. I think if you got Achane and you could pick up Jalen Wright, you should.
Even though it doesn't matter this week. I mean, I guess Achane
gets hurt? What if Achane gets hurt this week? He got hurt last week. Like, what if he gets hurt?
Well, it's like again, don't believe in jinxes. But Chris McCaffrey hasn't gotten hurt all year, right? But we're still telling you.
Don't do this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do this.
It's not my look. If it happens, I claim no responsibility. But we're telling you, stash B. If you have him, stash B. Rob. Why? Because what if, right? Stash, Tank Bigsby in case if you have Saquon, or just because you have room, like just because. So yeah, sure, you can stash Wright anyways.
All right, I want everybody to remember when Chris McCaffrey gets hurt this week, it's Pierre's fault.
No, just coincidence. So Dro loves to hate still. 5 in a row, made the playoffs, and made 11 trades.
11 trades. Wow.
Yeah. Dude, some work. I don't even make that many trades in my dynasty leagues. 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 2 flexes. This is non-PPR, and even better, non-tight end.
All right. Gonna go Chase Brown, Derrick Henry at running back. Oh wait, you got Harvey. I think I go Harvey, Derrick Henry at running back. Lamb and Sutton, I think, are going to be my wide receiver choices. If Lamb's out, I'll go Sutton, Olave, and I'm going to flex Chase Brown.
All right. Yeah, it was non-PPR. You have good enough for running backs. There you go. I mean, this is why you're winning. Good job. Spearsy, I think he super chatted this time. I think the comment he wants me to put up is directed towards one of our other viewers who I haven't seen on here lately. Is Juice. He's a Saints fan. Apparently, did we know Spearsy was a Saints fan?
Spearsy is?
Yeah, I didn't know that. He's in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I don't think I know. So he's, again, pumping up the hope for next year. There's always next year. Looking for Arvell Reese in the first round. Man, are you ready? I'm not mentally prepared for like draft prospect analysis and like NFL draft. Like I'm
getting more into it thanks to John from the Catch. By the way, this is a good segue. For any of you out there who play in dynasty leagues, we have a dynasty channel, Dynasty Endgame. We're starting to break down all the rookies. Did a rookie first round mock draft. We're starting to break down some individual rookies, which is kind of nice because it's helping me out. Because usually I really just don't start diving into the rookies probably till like February or March. Because January I'm like I need a little break from fantasy football. So it's good. So anyways, if you play Dynasty football, which I know a lot of you guys do, go check it out. Or if you just want to support us, Dynasty Endgame. I know, crazy, unique name. Dynasty Endgame. Go subscribe. Go start watching the videos. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it took us a while wrestling over the name and different options. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, anyways. All right, there you go, Spearsy. As always, next year. Mike Trecchiati. Hope I said that right. Pick one flex. Marks, Henderson, Jefferson, or Godwin. This is full.
I'm just going Marks here. Just going Marks.
Yeah. I don't think Jefferson makes the cut. Wingate, 14. Needs a QB and an RB. I think Dak, right? Dak or Stroud.
Dak.
There's got to be something missing. It just says and Dowdle. I mean, who are your other running backs here? All right, let's see. Maybe there's something else. Oh, here we go. No, this is a different one. This is Mike Trecchiotti. This is a variation of the last question. One flex, Marks, Henderson, Jefferson, or Godwin. You said Marks?
Right? Yeah, Marks.
Dart or May?
May.
And then Fannin or Ferg?
Fannin.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to look for that other one. Maybe there's a clarification. Let's go to Air Artwork. 2 between J-Mo, Tet, Evans.
I think Evans is going to be number 1 for me. Jameson number 2, but of course, if Evans is out, then decision made.
Right. Alex Lamb, 6222. Fannin, Waller, Kincaid wants them ranked.
I'll go Fannin, Kincaid, Waller.
Yeah, Waller suddenly getting out targeted by Greg Dulcich. Just because. All right. What about Cali Kid again? Streaming QB, Brissett, JD, Caleb, Dart, Darnold.
I mean, I think if JD plays, he'd be my choice here. I think Dart is second for me.
All right, and then let's see. 2 receivers, 2 running backs in the flex. Pickens, Chase, London, Myers, Wilson, Chase Brown, Etienne, Aaron Jones, Judkins, Singletary.
I'm going to go Chase Brown, Judkins at running back, Chase Pickens at wide receiver. I mean, I'm not expecting London to play, so I probably just flex. It's either Etienne or Myers. I probably just go Etienne. It's hard for me to bench a workhorse running back. I mean, Jacoby's fine, but I'll go Etienne.
All right, and then Julio wants to know, can you drop Ibuka to stash Corum?
I don't think so. I'm not ready to drop Ibuka.
I think he's got a good enough, if I remember his squad, obviously he's in the playoffs, got a good enough team. I don't think you need Corum. He might not make the cut anyways in your lineup. Which, by the way, he's saying in DraftLane League, he missed getting the bye because of Jalen Hurts. And you know what? That happens.
Well, I had some Jaden Daniels teams. I think it was maybe a Jalen Hurts team that needed to win, didn't win.
Yeah.
And I think I had one team where I had Lamar Jackson and I picked up Jaden Daniels. I'm like, it was like a must. It was like, it wasn't like win and in. It was like win, and I needed the other guy to lose. I don't know if the other guy lost, but I put Jaden Daniels in over Lamar Jackson. So did not win.
Yeah.
Did not win.
It happens to us too. Trust us. So now Daniel Scarrett here. 1 receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex. Olave, Myers, Evans. If he plays, Jefferson, Swift, Monungai, Hubbard.
I'm gonna go Jacoby. And Swift. And then I will flex Evans if he plays, although you don't want to flex a Thursday night player, so I would swap Evans and Jacoby. If Evans doesn't play, I'll flex Olave.
All right. And then this is an interesting one. We have some of these multi-week playoff formats. This is Holden Cantor. It says it's week 2, or it's a 2-week playoff, I should say. I don't know what week it is right now. He says I'm down 30, so I'm assuming it's week 2. Should I start Igbuka or Juwan Jennings?
Jennings. I like Jennings a lot this week.
Yeah, and it's really hard to like Igbuka at this point. And then let's just put this up real quick. Alex Pina saying he submitted his first request on DraftLane. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. We definitely will answer that question. We're going to keep catching up to these questions before we do any more DraftLane ones. We'll definitely get to those tonight. All right. There it is. Did it again. Super thank you, by the way. Super chatted just to tell us no. Let us know you put a DraftLane request. Appreciate that. And then here is Marvin Lewis. What's up, Marvin? Welcome back. Should I play Caleb, pick up and play Purdy, Sanders, Marcus, or Tua?
Yeah, I'm not playing Caleb this week. Not a good spot for him. Hasn't been good. Play Purdy. Pick up Purdy.
Yeah, like Purdy quite a bit. I think I would even prefer Mariota over Caleb.
Yeah, I think so too. Against the Giants.
Not a bad pivot if you need to. And then here's Mark Bone, the Iceman, made the playoffs in 3 out of 4 leagues. Very nice. All right, there is a question. The question is, here the starters. It's a super flex. Lamar, Dak, Nico Pickens, Kittle have 3 flex spots. Shakir, Terry, Pittman, Monungai, Franklin, Sharp, Strange, Rashad White.
I think Terry has to be one.
Oh, hold on. Forgot. How can you forget? The guy happens to have Bucky and Swift.
That definitely makes it much easier. Terry, Bucky are definitely 1 and 2. I'd probably just go Swift. I feel good enough about Swift here.
You got Swift over Monungai this week.
Yeah, he's still the lead here. He still gets more of the touches.
All right. You go, and then it is Chief Perp, Mayor Stafford.
You got to go Stafford this week at home against the Lions. Stafford.
Yeah, definitely Stafford. He's going to have a huge game. Waddle or Javonte at the flex.
Javonte.
And then different league in half. Igbuka, Myers, Judkins, or Michael Wilson, half PPR.
Judkins.
All right. And look who it is. I feel like it's been more than a minute. The Weather Beast. What is up, Keith?
What's up? Yeah, the Weather Beast doesn't need us. This dude knows his stuff.
Yeah. He's got one team limping into the playoffs. Yeah, been there, had Daniel Jones, Jaden Daniels, Garrett Wilson, and Drake London. So wants to know to prioritize on the waivers. Got Dart, Jennings, and Rico. Wow.
Well, I think Dart has to be your number 1 because he might be your QB this week. Because what are you going to do? I mean, obviously you can drop Daniel Jones. I'm sure you already dropped him. I mean, but what are you going to do if Jaden Daniels is out? So I think Dart has to be your number 1. I would probably put Jennings number 2. He's a great – 49ers have a great playoff schedule for wide receivers. Rico number 3. But, man, I mean, at least you have these guys available on waivers. That's pretty nice.
Definitely nice. So, yeah, you're going to need a quarterback for sure. That's for sure. Don't know the rest of the team, but pretty sure you got this, Keith. You got it.
Yeah.
Cali Kid needs a tight end. Well, I mean, we already said this. You got Tyler Warren. Are you starting Fannin over Tyler Warren? He's the only one.
I don't know. I mean, on the QB start sit, I did say Fannin over Tyler Warren, but that's when I was like, there's no way they're going to start Phillip Rivers this week. It's going to be Brett Rivers. But now it might actually be Phillip Rivers. I might still just go Tyler Warren.
How crazy is it that 4-year-old Phillip Rivers might actually be like an upgrade over what they would have potentially had?
Well, we sit here and we say that right now, but we might be sitting here next Tuesday on this same stream saying that was not an upgrade.
This was like the worst decision ever. It
Yeah.
could be. I mean, it would be fine to start fanning. Wouldn't blame you if you were scared about Warren. So, how about Jared Eats World? Can you drop Troy Franklin for Blake Corum?
Yeah, definitely can do that.
Yeah, I think Franklin is very droppable. Wayne now one more alongside with Myers needs a receiver: Harrison, BTJ, Judy, Slayton, or Mechie.
I will say, I might just go. Oh, man. Only because Harrison gets the Texans this week. BTJ does have a really good matchup, but man, it's like the guaranteed targets of Harrison in a very tough matchup, or the perceived upside of a guy who's had no upside this year. What do you want?
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Perceived upside is really no upside.
I know but look, at least last week he had a floor. So there is that, and it really is a good matchup for him this week. Again, another good matchup here.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It is.
Like if Harrison was playing really almost any other team, I would say Harrison easily if he plays. But he's playing the Texans, the worst possible defense. I might just go BTJ here. Although it wouldn't shock me if Slayton had scored the most points, but he's also the riskiest.
Yeah. Best matchup, but definitely the riskiest. Back to Keith. He said, side note, he liked your wild card idea. Did that. He does that one of his dynasty leagues, debating expanding it to top 4 record and then the other 2 on points.
Yeah. I don't, why not?
I mean, part of the thing, the head to head and like the luck and all that. It's part of it, right? It's not just watching your team just accumulate points. That's not as fun, right? It's less competitive. It feels less competitive. You're just like, oh, he scored points, I got points, and then that's it, right?
Yeah, but no, you're totally right. But I know, I mean, especially back in the day when I only played in like 1 or 2 leagues, and like I was just fully invested in those leagues. It's frustrating when you have a great team, you have one of the best teams, but you just keep running into these ridiculous matchups where you score like the 3rd most points that week and you lose. Then you score the 2nd most points and you lose. And you score the 4th most points and you lose. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's one thing like, yeah, my team's mediocre and I'm losing. Like my team's mediocre. But when you have like I have one of the best teams in the entire league and I'm keep losing, that's frustrating.
It is frustrating. Again, it's like pick your poison kind of thing.
Right.
All right. And then Birdman is in the house. What's up, Birdman? Thank you very much. And
Philip Rivers did have Gates.
Bill, yes, he sure did.
Didn't he also play with LT? Or not? Not. I shouldn't call him. His nickname should not be LT because Lawrence Taylor was LT first. It should always be LT. But didn't he play with LaDainian Tomlinson as well?
Oh, he must have. I know for a while. Tomlinson was there till 2009. Let's see, Rivers was there for like 50 years. So
he started in 2004, I think. So yeah,
they were there. The beginning of Philip Rivers' career. Yes.
Junior Seau, didn't he have Junior Seau on some of those teams? Or was he after Junior Seau?
Oh, I feel like that was longer ago.
Yeah, that was after, right? Because Junior Seau played in the Super Bowl against Steve Young when like the 49ers on the first play, it was like an 80-yard touchdown, Jerry Rice, and then
actually no. So Junior Seau was still playing, but he was with like the Patriots. He wasn't on the Chargers at that time.
Yeah, he was at the end of his career.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Kyle, Gadsden or Strange?
I mean, we cannot start Gadsden. Strange.
Then Moore or Burden, which bear?
I mean, DJ Moore, like, okay, Romo Duzzi's at 1 catch on 3 targets. Luther Bird, you cannot start DJ Moore either. DJ Moore going down as one of the biggest busts of 2025. I mean, this guy was like a 4th round pick, and he's been unstartable every week, but like 2.
And Burden is still trending upward. It's gradual, a gradual ascent, but he still kept a little bit more target share. I think he hit like 19.7% or something like that. He's getting there, right? And the numbers are promising. It's just the volume. It's just the offense. It's not him, really. Like, if he was in a better offense, who knows? A better quarterback. Hard danger. Should I drop Gadsden for Fannin? Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
Drop Pierce for Addison.
I don't know about that. Like, I just don't know if Addison is enough of an upgrade over Pierce. Like, that one, I'm like, nah, I don't need to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't feel like an upgrade necessarily. Thanks for the Wilson pickup. Well, yeah, that definitely paid off. Rough year for Ladd and Sutton. Inconsistent, but you know what? How many receivers aren't?
Yeah, I wouldn't call this year rough for Sutton at all. I mean, he had like a rough little stretch there, but Sutton's been pretty good, especially where you drafted him. Ladd, yeah, has been pretty disappointing for sure.
All right, then we got Condog. Rank these. Andrews, Loveland, and Likely.
I mean, this is like Andrews Likely are number 1 and Loveland's like number 50. Like, I don't know how to separate Likely and Andrews. I guess at this point we have to prefer Likely. He's been more involved, but I mean, this could easily be like Andrews scoring 2 touchdowns this week. So,
yeah. So which Raven do you think they're going to go to more? I mean, based on last time, it was Likely, so it just makes more sense. One flex: Wandale, Watson, Jefferson, Aaron Jones.
Oh man,
crazy times.
I might actually just go Wandale against the Commanders.
Yeah, because Watson has been, I hate, the timing. He's been so good, and then it gets past Sertan of the Broncos. It's like you can't risk it.
Honestly, answering this question just makes me want to quit fantasy football. Like the fact that I have to say Wandale Robinson over Justin Jefferson in week 15, it just makes me want to makes you just want to quit. Like what's the point of any of this when we can't even start Justin Jefferson in the first round of our fantasy playoffs? What's the point?
Don't quit yet, because we still have plenty of questions left. Which Florida quarterback, thankfully Tua is not in this group, Baker or T-Law?
T-Law.
All right, now we got Denalo 40. Thank you. Liked and subscribed. Nice. Appreciate you. For first-time fantasy player and made the playoffs.
Nice.
Big thanks to Endgame. All right, we're glad to hear it. This is why we do this, right? Definitely the best fantasy football advice find. Wow, thank you. The team went off. Question below to keep this going.
Oh no. What? Don't tell me your championship week ends in week 18, please.
12 team, 14 playoff, 2-week matchups. Well, it depends. All right, let's see what the question is. Let me go. Here it is. All right. Are you ready?
Maybe.
Second week playoff match. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end and a flex. Let's say a Goff or Brissett. It's got to be Goff. Gibbs, Bucky, Chase Brown, RJ, Monungai, and Corum.
Wow, I see why your team went off.
Yeah.
Gibbs and Bucky.
JSN, yes. McConkey, Smith, Diggs. Who's the second one?
I think I'll take it's either Diggs or Smith.
Well, I prefer Diggs. I'm gonna give him the benefit.
That's fine. We'll go Diggs here.
And okay. Well, Fannin or Ferg?
Fannin.
And then who to flex?
You got I didn't even see RJ Harvey. You got to flex RJ Harvey. My goodness, those running backs, well done.
Yeah, Gibbs, Bucky, flex RJ Harvey, and pick up Flournoy. But who would you? I don't think there's anybody worth dropping.
You don't need Flournoy here.
No, you don't need him. You could drop or set, but no, there's no point. You're not going to start Flournoy, so no, you're good. All right, I mean, good luck. You definitely have a strong squad there, so I don't think you'll need it, but good luck to you anyways. And we got now Loudamon 85, Andrews, Pitts, or Kincaid.
I mean, Pitts is your safest option here. But man, Andrews against the Bengals, I think I got to take a chance.
Might as well. And then one receiver, Watson, Marv, or Rome. Rome's not going to be healthy. I mean, who knows if Marvin's going to be healthy?
Yeah, I mean, you might have to just play Watson here. I think I would play Harrison over Watson if he plays just again. I mean, because Watson gets almost as tough a matchup against the Broncos. We know Harrison is going to get like 10 plus targets. So maybe, if he can catch at least 4 or 5 of them, he can at least have a decent game.
True. Not the best choice here. Quarterback either, Baker or Herbert.
Oh, man.
Funny, you remember like mid-season, like week 7, 8. These two guys were like front runners for MVP. We're like, man, Justin Herbert's putting up all these numbers. Like, there's a pass first team, and Baker was like going off every week. Like both these guys almost like falling off a cliff.
I mean, you're right. We can say that about a lot of players, though. I mean, it's crazy to look back like. Yeah, Baker after week 5, Baker Mayfield was a QB7. Emeka Egbuka was he wasn't a QB7. He was the 7th highest scoring player in all of fantasy. He was only behind Josh Allen for QBs. Emeka Egbuka. Yeah, it's Garrett Wilson. It's funny to look back at these guys that, Deebo Samuel, everybody thought I drafted Keenan Allen. Everybody, Keenan Allen, I got the best late round sleeper in all of fantasy. Now you can't even start these guys. Oh, Baker. Baker has a better matchup. He's at home. I'll go Baker, I guess.
All right, Baker it is. Daniel Scarrett. Pick up Stevenson or Woody Marks off waivers. Yeah, you can definitely drop Waller. Well,
I would prefer Woody Marks here. He's the clear lead back.
Yeah.
And they have a good playoff schedule too.
All right, there you go. And then we got new member, Juan Morel. Thank you, Juan.
Thank you.
We just saw you. Or if it was yesterday, it must have been yesterday. Okay. No, it can't have been yesterday. We didn't go live yesterday. It must have been on the weekend. So, Juan, if you have a question, we'll put it up. And then we got Jared Eats World once again. Needs a flex. Manungai, McLaurin, Watson, Shakir, Devontae, Smith.
I'm gonna go Terry.
All right, and then Lamar or Brissett. It's got to be Lamar this week.
Yeah,
and then drop Franklin for Corum. Yeah, we already answered that. You can do that.
Yes.
All right, and then let's get to. Make sure we catch up. That's funny. Robert says everyone is droppable.
Drop them all.
Anthony Cervantes, Chapelo. All right. Anthony says he needs 2 receivers in the flex. Sutton, Olave, Godwin, Chuba.
Sutton. I think that's Deebo Samuel.
Samuel, yeah, I guess so. Samuel, Olave, Godwin, Chuba, Hunt, Manungai. What did I say?
You said Sutton.
Oh, I don't know. I saw Sutton. I'm looking at some other question. 2 receivers in a flex.
Oh, man. I'm going to go Olave. I don't mind Deebo this week. No Zach Ertz against the Giants. Him and Godwin feel very similar. I'm gonna flex Chuba, I'm gonna go Olave Debo. That one's tough. Debo Godwin, tough for me.
Not really feeling Debo. He just has not been getting targets. I mean, if Olave plays, I think Olave is the one here. I'd rather go Godwin than Samuel. And I would flex my none guy. Now, of course, it doesn't say if this is PPR or not, does it? No. But I think so. All right, we got now. Make sure we don't miss anybody. Sometimes, because we have a lot of our members, they're chatting, and so I want to see but sometimes they're chatting with each other. So I'm like trying to sift through. Always a question from NTY. All right, who to drop first? DJ Moore or Troy Franklin? Who is more droppable, or who would just make you feel better? Which would cleanse your soul to have off for your roster? Or who still has hope? Let's go with the positive.
I mean, does DJ Moore even have hope at this? Like, what's the hope for DJ Moore? I think both are droppable, honestly, but I'm dropping DJ Moore between the two.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Why not drop both, and then at the very least use that roster spot for a handcuff running back or like a good defense or something else. I mean, if you're never going to play them in the playoffs, then
exactly. Keep saying it. You don't need to be stashing guys for week 1 of next year. Like, if they're never gonna crack your roster, assuming again, like obviously if they're good players that you don't want. Like, the only two thoughts you should have when dropping a player is A, is there a reason this person would ever crack my roster? And B, if I drop them and somebody else picks them up, am I gonna regret it? If you can say no to both those questions, then they're droppable. They're droppable right now. Because it doesn't, like, you're not gonna win a championship with your bench.
No, you will not. That's definitely true. So, Tristan Roll, Berg, Fan, and Theo Dowdle pick 2. Dowdle?
Doesn't seem to fit. The running back? I'm gonna go Dowdle and Fannin.
Plus, I can't imagine that's supposed to be someone else, right? Like some tight ends. But why would you pick 2 anyways? That would be like an abomination of nature if you had to pick 2 tight ends. So let's just go Rico and Fannin.
Abomination of nature.
Something like that. It's just not right.
Oh, man.
Some things in this world should not exist. 2 tight end leagues. One of them. Chris Moraga, question in the chat. All right, Chris with another one. Let's see where it is. Probably this one. Set my lineup. JD. Okay. Michael Wilson, Puka, Brees, Manungai, Strange. Got the flex Olave. Flexing Jaden Higgins. Bench is, what is Beavis?
Who's Mevis?
Mevis. On the bench is Bryce Young, Luther Burden, Corum, and Pollard. You got to start Pollard, right?
Oh, no, I'm not. I don't know who's Mevis, though. Is it a kicker? But it's a kicker because I don't know that name. I'll bet that sounds like a kicker name.
It sounds like you're pigeonholing him as a kicker. You're stereotyping kickers.
I'm gonna find out. Yep, Harrison Mevis. See?
Oh my God, it is a kicker. Wow.
And you know what is okay? His nickname is the Thicker Kicker.
Well, it must start.
He kicks for the Rams.
What happened to the Rams kicker? Cardi, didn't they have Cardi? What happened to him? I guess
wasn't he terrible or something? Was he missing a bunch of kicks?
No, probably.
Let's see. Oh man, I don't really like Brees this week, but do I want to put Pollard in over Brees? I don't think so.
No, maybe Corum, you could consider him, but I don't know. I have a hard time sitting Brees for Corum because Brees at least gets involved as a pass catcher. He has that big playability. Yeah, I think I'm keeping it the way it is as well. I don't see any changes here. Although you might have to put Bryce Young if JD's not good to go. So just be ready. All right. And then I did find, well, I was looking for this one. Remember, we had new member Juan Morel, and here's the question: Hurts, Dart, Burrow, or Purdy? All of these are available, but you can only pick one.
Yeah, Burrow. Burrow's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of good options here, at least. It's nice. How are these guys all options? Now I'm starting to wonder, but I'm not gonna ask. All right, Efren Rosas, have Rico, Harvey, Hampton, Judkins. Who should be the two running backs here? So two of these guys.
Harvey and Judkins.
And Kincaid or Jawan Johnson?
Jawan.
All right, there you go, Efren. And then force calibration. All right, made it to the playoffs, 11-3, got the top seed. It looks like got JT, but the RB2 is quite a drop off. We got Gainwell, Hunt, or Monty.
Oh man. I mean, you're playing this week, even though you got the best record. You don't have a bye. Yeah. I guess I just go Monty here.
Can't really feel good about Gainwell anymore. The usage is inconsistent, like everything in Art Smith's offense. I don't mind Hunt this week. I mean, it's an okay matchup against the Chargers. I feel like they'll use him, but Pacheco is eating a little bit into his touches. It's basically like they're like the same guy, right? Aren't Hunt and Monty like the same guy now? It's like 40 yards and a touchdown, or 40 yards and not a touchdown. It's kind of the same guy. Paul Burt. Fannin, Likely, and Strange, pick one. Fannin here.
Yeah, Fannin, but then it says and flex the other tight end. So I'll go Fannin, Likely. Oof. This is an abomination of nature.
This definitely is. Oh, man. Sit Watson, or I'm guessing that's MHJ.
Yeah, I think if Harrison plays, I'll sit Watson, but you might be forced to play Watson here.
Yeah. All right. And then we have
Yoda. It looks like Yoda of Borg. Okay.
Of Borg?
For Christmas, I'm getting you an eye exam.
Well, okay, I can see it says Yoda, but what is off Borg? Like, what is it?
Yoda of Borg. I'm assuming Borg is a place, but I don't know.
But Yoda, well, we know he resides in the Dagobah swamp, but I'm not familiar with the Borg. All right. Anyways, maybe we're combining Star Trek and Star Wars, like the Borg. All right, made playoffs. Good. Congrats. 1, 2, 2, 1. RJ Harvey, Devin Neal, Martin Hampton, Woody, Bucky, Pickens, Wilson, Burden, Pierce, Strange, Likely, Dak Burrow, and Isaiah Likely. Okay. Wait,
I'm gonna go Burrow at QB. You're saying Likely on waivers, but you said Strange or Likely. I would play Likely over Strange this week.
Yeah.
Burrow at QB. I'm gonna go Harvey, Bucky at running back, Pickens. I mean, I'll say Pickens, Michael Wilson if Harrison is out. Otherwise, Pickens. I might just go Luther Burden here. And then I'm going to flex Woody.
All right. There you go. Congrats. Making the playoffs. Russell now thinking. It's a dangerous thing. Taylor, H.N., Etienne. Pretty deep at receiver. Should I drop? Is that Wandale or maybe Waddle? Probably Wandale. Pick up Jalen Wright.
Oh, this is the thing. Like, Wandale is like on the fence, right? Like, he probably checks the first box where you're like, I'm never starting Wandale. But does he check the second box where, like, you know, if when your opponent picks him up, are you going to regret it? I don't know. He's on the fence there. So, but you probably do want Jalen Wright with Achane. I mean, if Wandale is your worst wide receiver, then sure, you can drop him because you can't drop any of those running backs. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're saying pretty deep. So, yeah, if he's like your sixth receiver, why does it matter? So it's fine. Cash buyer in non-PPR. Okay, Dart or Burrow?
Burrow.
Waller or Strange?
Strange.
Have Lamb and Jennings. Drop Mitchell and Pierce for any of these guys, Flournoy, Booty, Cup, or Burden. Keep in mind it's non-PPR.
Yeah, I don't want to drop Pierce, especially in non-PPR. I can drop Mitchell, and sure, you can pick up Flournoy in case Lamb doesn't play this week.
Yeah, since you have Lamb, not a bad idea. That's going to be one. It's going to keep us guessing probably. All right, and then we got Christopher. Is this Chris KD? Is that who it is?
Yes, it is.
Secured the first round bye. Very nice. Thanks to, of course, Michael Wilson and Puka. Second round, it's Dynasty. Just traded. Here we go. Traded Kyler and Tyreek Hill for Kittle. And it's tight end premium. That's a win.
Yeah, that's a win. I mean, Tyreek Hill, who's still trading for Tyreek Hill? I wish I could trade that guy away in Dynasty. He's stuck on my Dynasty teams until he retires and I can drop him.
Yeah, and you're win now mode, like you said. I think that's a win anyways. Like, honestly, okay, Kyler's probably going to play somewhere else next year. And, of course, where a team decides to make the mistake of investing in him or is going to start him because they have to, right? Kind of like the Deshaun Watson thing. How many years, frankly, until Kyler Murray just goes back to playing baseball?
You can't go back to playing baseball. It's been too long.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, he can, but he'll be like Michael Jordan. He'll suck.
Well, I mean, he'll need some time to get back into it, but it'll be nice and easy for him. He won't have the pressure of being the starting quarterback. People won't be watching him they will at first, every at bat, but it's much different, right? It's more relaxed. You can just get out there and take some
I know
BP
people see
chill.
LeBron James and they think that guy could be an NFL tight. No, he can't. Or he could do no. There's it's one thing to be a great athlete, but you also have to be I know Kyler Murray, wasn't he drafted by the Yankees or something, but
no,
or whoever it was.
The A's maybe?
Whoever it was. But you're a baseball guy. How many guys get drafted and never even get to the big leagues? A ton.
But it was actually thought that he was a better baseball player than a football player, but he chose football because it was obviously a much more of a need for a quarterback than for an outfielder. You know what I mean? It's like he could make more money, and he did.
Right, but this guy has not played baseball. So he was drafted in 2018. What was he in 2018? He was like 19 years old. This guy never even played college baseball. Hasn't played in the minors. We're talking about the best. We're talking about the 1% of the 1% best baseball players in the world on the whole planet. Kyler cannot play Major League Baseball. Some team will probably give him a shot, but he'll suck. He'll suck worse than he does as a quarterback for sure.
I mean, he might, but that's not going to bother him. He'll be all right with it. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, why can't he? You know what he really should do? He should just go into Call of Duty tournaments.
Well, that's true. He's got enough money. He doesn't have to play sports probably ever again, does he?
Just go do Don't they have video game tournaments? You make good money in those things these days. You should just go do that. He'd be good at that.
But he would get paid as a celebrity. He'd get paid just to show up. Right?
Yeah,
he doesn't have to be good at that either.
I'm not an agent, but I'm about to become one. Kyler Murray, if you see this, call me.
Yeah,
call me. I'm gonna be your esports agent.
Because you know so much about esports, you're like,
I
got in with the.
Don't worry, I can figure it out.
Video games.
You know how hard it is? I call up the tournament organizer and I say, "Hey, Kyler Murray, the quarterback. He wants to play in your tournament, but you got to give him 50 G's. Okay, great. Whatever. You got to give him 100 G's. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't need to know about the esports. I just need to let him know Kyler Murray's coming.
Well, the first thing it might help if you actually knew Kyler Murray. But
well, that's what I'm saying. If you see this, Kyler, come across this,
just do us a solid. Everyone else, all you have to do is subscribe. That's all we're asking. Kyler, just sign on a contract agent. Look, I would trade Kyler, and I would Tyreek. Who's trading for Tyreek? I mean, I guess this guy's playing for next year, but that's a win. Jim K got the buy in the DraftLane league. Awesome.
Nice.
Got a suggestion: add a second flex and maybe another bench spot. Well, every league is different, though, right?
Yeah. So we have a ton of leagues on there, Jim, and some of the leagues have more flexes, more bench spots. And here's the thing. So this year was like the trial run for DraftLane, and I would say it went pretty well. There were some hiccups, of course, but we got here. And everybody's where they're supposed to be. Scoring worked, everything worked. Next year you can always create your own leagues on there, right? You'll be able to create your own leagues on there and do it however you want.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we'll have leagues on there again next year as well.
Exactly. So yeah, again, every league, most of them were 12. We had some 10. I think we had a couple 8-man leagues, and some had one bench, some had two. But one thing that was for sure is we did not have any standard leagues. They were all PPR. All right, and then Jerry, what's up, Jerry? Saying good evening. All right, you like Henderson over Woody?
Oh, didn't we debate this for like 10 minutes earlier? It was right now, Woody. Ask me tomorrow, I might say Henderson. Ask me Thursday, I might say Woody again.
We did have quite a debate. It was second in length only to the Kyler Murray. Should he play baseball?
Baseball debate.
Oh man, it was so long ago when he was drafted. I'm pretty sure it was by the Oakland A's, who are now not even in Oakland anymore.
They're not even. They don't even have like a city name, right? They're just that Athletics.
They're just the Athletics. Yeah. Did you see their new stadium? The proposal for the new stadium in Vegas. It's like a spaceship, and like the roof literally like just takes off. It just floats in the air. Like what? Like what does that do? Like what's the purpose? It's not a retractable roof. It like levitates off the ground, and I'm like, why does it do that?
Yeah,
so it looks
there must
cool.
be a reason. There must be a reason.
I haven't looked into it. So Jerry's blessed to have traded Debo to get Etienne in week 3. Very nice.
Well done.
All right. How about this? Chad Wolf wants to know Dart or Shadur.
Dart.
And then Cali Kid, speaking of Etienne, flex him or Jennings?
That one is tough, but I think I gotta go with the running back. It's hard because the running back generally going to give you such a nice floor. It's not like Etienne doesn't have a ceiling, so I probably got to go Etienne here.
Yeah, it's not like Jennings is risk-free. So Etienne. And again, we talked about this in the running back video. Tootin was, put in the doghouse because he fumbled twice and lost one of them last week. It doesn't mean that's going to extend another week. Like he'll probably get involved, but he may not be that involved. I think Etienne showed enough. And then let's see. Okay, so Bob wants to know, I guess, how we feel about his matchup. He's got Purdy, Bijan Jacobs, Pickens, AJB, Dowdle, Strange, Fairbairn in Houston. The op has Lamar, Sun God, Worthy, Kyron, Aaron Jones, Bowers, Waddle. I
gotta. It's fantasy. You never know, but on paper, your team is better.
Yeah, it is. And even if you did this like blind and know which was which, Xavier Worthy shouldn't be starting. Aaron Jones is like barely startable. He's the RB2. Waddle is fine, but not great. So no, you should have the edge. Let's do William. Message in the comments. Okay, let's look for it. And got a couple of people. Let's see. Cash Buyer. We did do your super chat, but you might have missed it. So we'll go back to yours. Let's do Williams first. Non-PPR needs 2 running backs and a flex. JT, Henry, Javonte, Devin Neal.
Yeah, it's just the first 3. Play those first 3 guys. You should be fine.
Yeah, I think even if it was full PPR, it would still be the first 3, but especially in non-PPR, you've got good running backs. All right, let me go back and find Cash Buyer, because I definitely remember that name. This was a while ago, so we'll see it. And also Juan saying, I guess we missed one of the questions. We answered one question, but if you want to type your other question, whatever it was, again, you can. You remember, you don't have to super chat or anything. Oh, here we go. Cash buyer. Dart or Burrow? We said Burrow.
Burrow.
Waller or Strange?
Strange.
Got Landon Jennings. Drop Mitchell and Pierce for.
Yeah, we said drop Mitchell for Flournoy. But hold Pierce.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry, is Lamb playing? Even if Lamb is playing, which it sounds like he might, you can drop Mitchell anyways. You don't have to hold out hope for Mitchell. All right, there you go. And then Santiago Murillo. That makes sense. CRC's in Costa Rica. Must be nice. Semifinals this week. Half PPRs. Lineup: Hurts, JSN, Olave, CMC, Devin Neal, Theo Johnson, Chris Rodriguez. On the bench, we got BTJ, Watson, Pearsall, Andrews, Corum, Mason. What do we do?
I think we got to go Andrews over Theo Johnson and take a chance against the Bengals. I think everything else is fine. Watson in a tough spot this week.
Yeah, very, very tough spot for Watson. Hate the timing. All right, hold on. Let's answer the football questions first before we go off the track again. Here, hold on. This is the problem. All right. Let's make sure I had to do some rewinding, so now I got to fast forward. Second flex, maybe another. Okay, yeah, we did that one. Juan, again, you can type your question. We'll answer it. Where did Jerry's? Okay, let's do this. No, we already did that one. Here's a tough one. Mike Baird, RJ Harvey, or Chase Brown?
That is tough, but I'm going to give Harvey the slight edge.
Slight edge, indeed. Chase Brown, just a little more competition for opportunities.
Yep.
All right. I don't think we did this one yet, right?
No.
P Flame 25. Start Drake May or Jackson Dart?
I think you still got to go Drake May here.
Yeah, I think so. Flex 2, Sutton, Higgins. If he plays, assuming it's T. Higgins. Dowdle, Pierce, Mike Evans.
Ooh, well, assuming that's T. Higgins, he would be number 1 if he plays. I think Evans would be number 2 for me, and Sutton would be number 3.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you can't feel good about T. Higgins based on what's happened lately. But you never know, obviously. Bench Geno already. Hey, it sort of might happen because he got hurt. Hubbard or Corum for depth? Who's the better stash? And do we think Benson plays again this season?
Nah, I don't think Benson's going to play this year. I think, I want to lean Chubbard. I want to lean Hubbard here, but I mean, Corum has so much more upside if Kyron were to go down. So I think I'm going to go Corum. And it's not like Corum is just a handcuff. It's not like you can't. I mean, Corum's proven he can be started. So.
Yeah, and last week wasn't just like an out of nowhere thing. He's had a few weeks now where he had standalone value. Just we didn't know ahead of time. All right, Python is on. What's up, Python? Thank you. Appreciate subs up. I mean, if you haven't yet, almost 3 hours in, why not? Go ahead and subscribe now if you've been watching here. Obviously, you don't hate it. Give the thumbs up as well. What about Kilomatrix? 1 receiver, 1 flex. Sutton, Pittman, Evans, Sharp, Singletary, Rodriguez.
Again, I'm going to say Evans, Sutton if they both play. If Evans is out, I don't know. I might just go Pittman. It is a tough matchup, but see if Old Man Rivers can at least give him a floor.
We'll see. We'll find out. That's assuming this is PPR. I don't think it says. So if it's non, then you might just want to go with running back like Rodriguez. But what about tight end Mason Taylor or Likely?
Likely.
It's definitely Likely. Saints or Bucks?
Bucks.
Stash Coker, Reed, or Rome?
I mean, like we might not see Rome in the fantasy playoffs, but I feel like I'd rather stash Rome over these guys.
Yeah, if it's just a stash, might as well. All right, Chris KD now. Round 2 playoffs. Got week 16 and 17 for the championship. Half PPR Superflex and tight end premium. Okay, we need 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, and 2 flexes. So I see Mahomes and Brissett. I don't see any other quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine in week 16 or 17. Wouldn't like it this week, but
right. CMC, Kyron, Javante, Dowdle, Tracy, Singletary, and Kamara. Need 2 out of those.
I'm gonna go CMC, Javante. I'm gonna go Sun God. What's that?
I was just reading the receivers.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Sun God, Devonta Smith for my wide. Oh, we need 3 wide receivers. I'm gonna go Sun God, Devonta Smith. I don't know, Debo, Godwin close. I do kind of like Debo this week without Ertz against the Giants, but that's close. Kittle, Kelsey. Let's go Kittle. And I don't know if I need. I mean, I think you got to definitely flex Kyron. I don't even know in tight end premium. I think I would still flex Dowdle over Kelsey.
Yeah, I cannot feel too confident. Actually, I think I was a little more confident than I should have been about Kelsey and doing the start sit. I think I might have put him in the solid tier, but I like Rico still this week. So let's do that. All right, Chris. Well, I guess we don't need to say good luck for this week because we're looking toward next week, but good luck anyways. Okay, so I just want to make sure that this is, for the record, it was clear. Thank you, Yoda of Borg. I was right. It is a mix between Star Trek and Star Wars. It's Yoda and then the Borg. Knew it. The Borg, yes, they are one of the biggest antagonists, right? But that said, would Flournoy be a suitable sub if Marvin Harrison plays?
I mean, only if Lamb also was out. If Lamb plays, I don't know if I want to put Flournoy in my lineup.
Right. I will say, no, I won't say. Flournoy had some targets even before Lamb was out. Like it wasn't just after, but most of it was. Anyways, it's all right. Okay. Yes, and so now again we still have a few more questions, yes, but a little. I don't know if Star Wars counts as ball, but a little bit.
Nah, I don't really know anything about Star Wars.
All right, Matthew Webb. I saw the question up here. Thank you for the membership, by the way. Got a new member here. It is: would you drop Igbuka for Watson, Fannin, Corum, likely?
Oh man. I mean, I want to say I would drop him for Watson, but Watson is such a terrible spot this week. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm being too stubborn here. Maybe Igbuka is droppable, but man, I don't know. You don't have somebody else you can drop? Like Igbuka is your worst player? I mean, I guess it makes sense. He's been bad. So I don't know. I don't want to drop Igbuka personally.
I could do it for Watson. I think I'm that high. I feel like Watson is now solidified himself. And of course, to say that, I really don't want to start him this week because it's Denver, but I don't want to start Igbuka this week either. So it's like, what's the point? I might prefer Watson over the next couple of weeks. I mean, you would only drop him for Fannin if you just are desperate at tight end, right? Or if you just don't like your tight end. I guess you could do that. I know things could turn around, but if Baker's playing hurt, that's not going to improve suddenly, you know? And then Evans is coming back, and I don't know. I mean, look, I don't want to drop Igbuka, but I think I could do it for Watson, or if I needed a tight end that would help me win right now in the playoffs, I could do it for Fannin. Hopefully this is a shot. Like, you really should have nobody else, that you could drop if you're doing this. All right, what about where was it? We got here's Juan's question. This is an interesting one. Apparently, trades are still open. Trade T for JMO.
You know what? I might do this because I think there's a pretty good chance that T. Higgins his season might be over. If he really has a concussion again, they might have to put him on IR. I mean, look, we've seen it, right? Chris Olave last year got a second concussion. That was it. Charvarius Ward's went on IR after a second concussion. I might just do this because you might end up coming out as a major winner if T. Higgins' season is over.
It's true. Now, this is a trade, not a waiver question, so I wonder, although, we run the risk, like, can you wait and see if we get word? But then if word comes out the team might miss, then that trade's going to be squashed. So just do it now, I guess, right, to eliminate the risk?
Yeah, well, I will also say this. This could be a dynasty question. Well, I think if it's dynasty, I still prefer T. Higgins.
Yeah, dynasty is totally different. But yeah, it might be smart to do this if it's not dynasty. Now we have Loudamon again, 85, 1 QB, Purdy, Dart, Baker, Herb.
Purdy.
Evans or Marv?
I mean, the answer might be neither, but Evans is my choice, assuming they both play. But, man, what are you going to do if neither plays?
Yeah. And then Andrew Luck is in the playoffs. Hey, if Phil Rivers can be out there, why not Andrew Luck? Hey, that's who the Colts should call up.
That's who the Colts should have brought back.
Yeah, I don't think he's interested. All right.
No,
but seriously, congrats, Andrew. Appreciate it. And let's keep it going. And Raul also made the playoffs with Gibbs and Aubrey helping. Unfortunately, the kicker was involved, but oh well. Take the victory however you can get it. If you're forced to play with kicker, at least have a good one. And then we got a super chat from Lonnie Height 7415. It is Neil Igbuka, Hubbard, Aaron Jones, pick 2.
I guess Neil and Chuba. It's either Neil or Chuba or Neil and Aaron Jones. I cannot believe we're benching Igbuka. I don't know. Neil and one of those guys. Do you have a strong preference between Chuba or Aaron Jones?
No, I would probably go Jones because he's like the 1A. And my gut feel, which could be wrong, is that Chuba is going to be more like a 1B. I would go Aaron Jones. It's a good match.
All right. There you go.
Bench Gino already? All right. So he said, panic on JSN. I can't imagine a player I'm less panicked about. He said not him, but Darnold. Like, I would panic on him.
He's had Darnold all year. He had one bad game all year. Not Darnold, JSN. Like, yeah, I think the only player I'm less worried about is like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that you jinxed him and he's going to get hurt this week.
Not a thing. Definitely not going to happen. Like, if I had that power, trust me, there are plenty of other players I would like put that on before Christian McCaffrey. I just wish I had that power. No, don't start Adams. Don't start anybody over JSN.
No.
At all. Johnny Donuts, the uncanny ability to slide in 2 minutes before we finish at all times. And I'm not kidding. We just hit the 2 hour and 58 minute mark for this stream. I don't know how you do it. You probably have a timer too. Reeled off 7 straight to end the season. Got the number 1 spot and a bye. Nice. Chris, 100% right. Had almost identical team. Went 6-7 and out because of the most points scored against. Yeah. That's fantasy. That's fantasy life. That's all we can say.
Yep.
All right. We did have a new member. Also, Jose Rocha is 7155. Prescott Purdy.
I'll go slightly Purdy.
Yeah, that's really close. I'm leaning Purdy as well. 2 running backs, CMC, HN. I think we can stop there.
Yep.
If HN doesn't play, then what? Would he?
Yep.
Okay, Higgins, Diggs, Devonta Smith, Evans. That's different.
Yeah, I would rank him Higgins, Evans, I guess Diggs over Smith.
Not too enthusiastic about that one. Come on.
But I'm not too enthusiastic about I'm not too enthusiastic about Devonta Smith either. So
Right. It's revenge part 2. Double the revenge for Stephon Diggs. And then Titans Kittle, good. Needs a flex. Okay.
I would flex whatever running back is left over, either Woody or Neal.
Yeah, Neal's not a bad choice this week. And then Chicago or KC.
I mean, Bears get the Browns.
Yeah.
But KC at home against the Chargers. I mean, look, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go Chiefs.
The Chiefs are the better defense. Actually, I was surprised. I'm looking in my defensive statistics, right? The research here. The Bears, I think, have like the most interceptions in the NFL. Like, how did that happen? It's kind of random. But I think KC is still the better defense. It's not a scary matchup, really. All right. And then let's make sure we didn't miss anybody before we get out. Did just at the 3-hour mark. Real quick while I'm scrolling. Donald Smith, 49ers or Eagles?
Eagles against the Raiders. Go Eagles.
Definitely the Eagles. I saw this one earlier. Frankie wants to know, are we brothers?
No.
We are not. We're not. We have different names, and I mean, I consider him my brother from another mother, but
yes,
not the same thing.
No.
Okay, Bench Gino wants to know Sun God or Adams.
I mean, look, Adams is great, but I just really never have a reason to bench Sun God.
Right. We just got one more super chat. We'll put it up. How about this one, though? Needs help. Dylan, Brissett or Sanders?
Oh, I guess I'm just going to go Shador this week. You cannot feel good about Brissett against the Texans.
Yeah. I really hope this is like a super flex league. But hey. And then fantasy football 44 on the bye. Next week, Lions or Jets on defense. You cannot start the Jets on defense. Look, the Jets, didn't they just get their first interception of the entire year?
Did they get one last week? If they did, it was their first interception of the year, yes.
No, you can't start the Jets defense. I don't even care who they play. It's the Lions, even though they're horrible too. Is Harvey still a set and forget flex option?
I mean, this week, yes.
Mostly.
Well, what if I told you next week the Lions get the Rams?
But who the Jets play? Like, doesn't even matter.
Jags. Jets play the Jags.
That's not.
No, wait, no, that's don't the Jets play the Jags? Don't the Jets play the Jags? That's it. Hold on. I'm looking at this week. Wait, what happened here?
Why are those your only two choices? That's my question.
Hold on, it's showing me. Hold on. I'm like, wait a minute. No, those teams play each other this week. Next week.
Oh yeah, no, that's not right. That's this week. Detroit plays the Steelers. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Find another TE for Ward or trust Rivers. Do you trust? Let's end on that. Chris, what's your trust level in Phillip Rivers?
3.5 out of 10. Actually, that's not true. It's probably like a 4.5.
I thought you meant percent.
No.
All right. There we go. And we are, well, we've got one more here. Matthew Webb, same as before. Drop Rico or Sutton instead of Igbuka?
No, I'd rather drop Igbuka than those guys.
Yeah. All right. There you go, guys. All right, we're out, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, use DraftLane anytime, 24/7. You can use the app. It's a free download from the App Store or the Play Store. Use code ENDGAME, get free points. Ask your questions there. And even if you got Dynasty questions, any kind of questions, fantasy football only, maybe we'll accept some Star Wars questions. I'll take those. But anyways, use DraftLane. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, check your waivers, get active. Don't just sit back and wait for the playoffs to happen to you. You make it happen. And then after they run, go ahead and check your waivers again to see who might have been dropped. Stay extra active. Dare I say, be proactive. And check out all the videos we got for you this week. every week through the playoffs. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.